had it scheduled. I was like, fuck it, we're going live. What is going on, folks? We're back with Morphin Metacast, man. How's it going, Prime?
Guten Tag, mein dude, and konnichiwa, bitches.
Yeah, so it's been a while. Hope you guys loved the last episode we did. B Fighter, it was great. Got a lot of good feedback from that, which I love. A lot has happened in Ranger fandom since then. I guess to top it off.
You went to Power Morphicon, so we hadn't had a chance to talk about the con. Like we talked about other things, but haven't talked about the con. So I'm really excited to hear what you had to say about your experience there. Awesome cosplays, by the way, sir.
Yes. Went to Power Morphicon. I haven't been there since its first iteration back in 2007. I was living out in California at that time, and that was like the first year of it. And I believe that was in Anaheim, I think it was in Anaheim, I believe. So it was definitely different. Cut to like 2024. Here I am, 17 years later. Boom, I'm at Power Morphicon in Pasadena, and it was a very fun experience being there, seeing a couple people that I talked to online there that we interact with, and a lot of other folks that, you know, just in Ranger fandom, just everybody being excited and seeing a lot of the actors there. Now this isn't me being messy, but there was a moment that happened, a couple moments. Sky Frank and Jenna Frank. For those that aren't aware, and Prime, you can correct me on this. Last I checked, they were both beefing, correct?
Yeah, last I knew, they do not like each other.
And for some whatever reason, the people at the convention put the tables of them together, and if you saw one of them, you never saw the other at their table at the same time. Which I'm like, all right, that tracks.
That's that bullshit I be talking about.
Like, I don't get it. I mean, but it is what it is. It felt weird in a sense because it's like, on one hand, obviously, you know, they had JDF stuff there because, you know, honoring him and stuff. His JDF's birthday was last week, if I remember correctly. Which,
yeah, wow, shit, man, damn.
It's tough seeing that, but it was a lot of people that, you know, were definitely giving their condolences and doing their honor, taking pictures in front of, you know, stuff with Jason David Frank's stuff there, and you know, Tammy Frank was there doing shenanigans, which I'm not going to go deep into, but there was definitely chatter, a buzz being there. Which, being there at the convention, it's surreal hearing people talk, you know, and just everybody kind of echoing like, okay, so I'm not the only person that feels a little awkward seeing this all go down, you know, and stuff. And I'm like,
yeah, and you know, I don't. Certain things that I see, certain things that I hear, it just kind of makes my skin crawl a little bit.
oh yeah,
And
yeah.
like, you think this I know how messy this fandom can be because I see it online. I can only
every
imagine.
every fandom is messy. So you can
not like
that.
These niggas is, not like how these motherfuckers is. These motherfuckers buck wild.
You probably know more people than I do because the messy I see is like surface level messy. So you probably seeing it like way like, yo,
man,
hey.
You see how buck wild they get online, so I can only imagine the shit they gets up to in person. So I'm gonna leave that shit.
Yeah. It's just bear in mind, folks, this is like my observation, because it's like, obviously they're honoring their dad and in their way, which is cool. There's nothing in me that, it's questionable. Like, but it's like, you know, it was nothing in me that was like, oh man, I want to get an autograph from one of them. Like, why? Like, you know, like, cool, I guess, sure.
I was gonna say now I understand that's your dad and y'all look like, but I don't understand this. Like, you niggas weren't in Power Rangers. Like, you didn't kick the Power Rangers at the Megazord. You didn't break the green candle. You didn't fucking karate chop Master Org. What do we do? I don't want to meet you, motherfucker. Like, I barely want to meet them niggas. Like, what the fuck we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah, you know, but it is what it is. But the other side of it too, also St. John was there, and
Papa St. John,
Papa John was there. You know, it was, again, to your point about how fandom is messy. That was also another chatter there where people were like, "Yo, Awesome was there." he had a line, but it's like it felt awkward because of what we know of Austin and that shit that was going on with him getting arrested and all that shit. And it's like, all right, cool. Like he's here, and it's like I oftentimes ask myself, like, what do the other actors think of that situation? And stuff, but I let it go because it's like, look, it ain't none of my business. That's your boy. Cool. I get it. Got you. Like I ain't, no judgment or anything. That's your friend. But it's just like, huh, all right, cool. It is what it is.
As you say.
Yeah. I think one of the interesting things there is my man that played Cam in Ninja Storm. This was his first I think convention period.
Oh, gotta get him to come back for more. That man is based.
Oh man, he was loving the amount of fans that were like big upping him and loving him. He was genuinely like shocked. Like I think that's like a main theme for a lot of some of the actors that go to these conventions. I guess and I don't know, like I said, I don't know what's going through their head. Like maybe they think that they're not going to get a lot of people that are going to know them, but it's like, bro, like people know you.
Cam,
Like,
you are beloved. Like what?
Yeah. Which I guess if you went to San Diego, I would get it to a degree, But like, it's like, dude, you're at Power Morphicon. Like, bro, like people are gonna fucking crowd the table for you, you dog. Like, you and Hunter and fuck, I forgot the other dude.
Blake, not Blake.
Yeah, Blake.
What's
Yeah,
his
Blake.
name? Yeah,
Blake and Hunter.
Blake.
Yeah, Blake. Yeah, Hunter and Blake. All three of them, man, they were getting love like no other. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like especially Cam, man. Everybody loved him.
Like
But
the
yeah,
Samurai Journey is like top 20, top 10. Hell, you can argue top 5 episodes of all time, bro.
yeah, it's like top 10 creeping. It's like creeping in that top 5, like because
It's up there, bro. It's
for
up there.
for a 3-parter, it was like this is actually pretty fucking good. Like they could have easily wrote that character off as just being a sidekick, and it was like, nah, making you the Sixth Ranger. All right, cool.
Right. Cool. And this shit was earned.
Yes.
Well written, character driven. What a fucking concept in 2024 for a children's television show.
Yeah, it is what it is and stuff. What's the actor's name? So I don't want to. Jason Chan. Yeah. But yeah, he was great. Seeing Sentai Jackets there. I am currently in the process of editing a couple of interviews that I did, and Sentai Jackets is one of them. And
Very nice.
They just as a you'll hear it when you hear the interview, but just as an aside, obviously you saw me and you saw the pictures of me in the Lightspeed rescue jacket. All of us did the group photo and stuff. It was dope. All of us get together and do the like Power Morphicon. What I loved about it is like it does feel like the Power Ranger version of San Diego Comic Con. Like everybody's like gathering together. I saw a lot of dope ass Kamen Rider cosplay too. Like that shit was like just delicious. But they're shifting to doing a lot of like clothing items that's more on the Power Ranger side than the Sentai side, because it's just tough on the Sentai side to get the sort of like licensing and stuff. So it's like whatever they have left of the Sentai stuff, that's what they have, but they're leaning towards the American stuff, which I ain't gonna lie, some of the American like costumes outside of the like suits is actually not bad.
Like if I can get them Wild Force jackets, bro, I fucks with it.
That's one of them that they're gonna do.
Give me that Lunar Wolf jacket, bro. I fucks with it. I fucks with it heavy.
So like, so I'm digging what they're doing. They're definitely look. I told them in an interview, like, kid me is like, are you fucking kidding me? You're giving us these clothing items? Yes.
or them SPD shirts.
Man, look, we are in a great time, Prime. Like kids have it so easy with these fan toys and clothing and everything, man. We were never fortunate to get this, and I think we are living in a great time to be able to have companies that are like, yo, we are fulfilling a void that people have been asking for so long, and pretty good, but yeah, like overall, like I said, I enjoyed the convention. I like I said, I think all of us were kind of in the boat. My man that played the Rhino Ranger in Jungle Fury. He
Not the
is
Kingpin victim.
my man is on another level. He's one of those guys that he's like JDF and that he's embracing this shit. He's like, yo, like I love that you guys love me in Jungle Fury. I said Jungle Fury. Is no Jungle Fury.
He's
Wow.
Jungle Fury. Yeah, you
Yeah,
said the
Jungle.
Rhino
Yeah.
Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah. Jungle Fury. Like he's embracing. He loves it, man. He's loving the fandom, embracing him, and he's digging it. I love his energy, man. He
Fantastic.
did a lot of group photos with folks and stuff.
Yeah, you love to hear it.
Interviewed Eric Betts. He did the stunt acting for OG MMPR, especially the Green Ranger. He's another one that is. He gave me a little bit of information. He was like, he is stunned at like the quality of the Power Ranger cosplay. It's like a stark difference to what they were working with when he was in, because he said the suits that they got were pretty much the used suits. It was just, even when they did Make-A-Wish, they had to wear them beat up spandex suits to the Make-A-Wish stuff. And him seeing me in the Green Ranger outfit and seeing all that, he's like, bro, like y'all guys are like movie quality level. Like I wish we got this.
Two nickels in a dream, my guy.
I mean, and I love it, man. He was definitely he's, and you know, and everybody, he's another one. He was just shocked that everybody embraced him once they knew that who he was, and him and Hien from Tsunami from WMAC Masters. He's another one that actually did stunts for Power Rangers too. Both of them were there, and they both of them, man, love them, and I'm glad they're both getting their love, their flowers from the fandom. So it's great. You should definitely check out Power Morphicon one year.
Look, like I said, I'm not gonna tell y'all when I'm on show because I got plans, and the haters will sabotage me. I'm just gonna pop out and show niggas.
Speaking of cons, next year is going to be the last year of Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot that has to do with Karen and them that organize it. They just busy with life, and it wouldn't be fair for them to try to keep going and, you know, try to do it. I mean, you looking at me like, is there something else that I don't know?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
I mean, look, we are a transparent podcast. I mean, you know something?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say. See, my issue is like, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. What I can say is a joke, because the people that know me are easily known and easily traceable. So
is it a the order joke?
I am not. No comment.
Okay. But nah, it's their last year of doing the convention, Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta. They didn't say if it was their last time doing it in Florida, so. But I might check it out for one day, like I did last time, and you know.
Yeah, it sounds like all the boys are gonna Avengers assemble at that one. So I don't know. That might have to be the one I pop out and show niggas.
Yeah, you know, hey, do what I do. Just fly down there on Spirit one day, be like, hey, you know, take pictures.
Well, see, I got family down there, and if I go down there, I'm gonna be like down there for a minute. So
yeah, because your family see you taking pictures, like, hold on, whoa, you were in Atlanta and didn't visit. The fuck.
Again, nigga, you know how I do, baby. You know what I'm about.
Oh, trust me, I've done that with family. They're like, first off, you were in California and didn't tell us. Well, first off, I was at a convention, so
I just randomly popped up in New Orleans. I'm like, why not?
But I'll say this though too. I think it's interesting that Power Rangers being dead, put it in quotes here and stuff.
One quote.
I'm loving the fact that people are starting to become like me and you, Prime, where it's like, look,
bitter, jaded, angry.
Not jaded, but more like, look, we're accepting Power Rangers status for what it is, and we're just watching the other stuff. Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and we're just looking at Power Rangers like, you know what? I have the seasons on DVD. I got access to the other seasons. I'm good until they figure their shit out.
And it looks
and there's no point of me hoping and wishing for shit when it's just rumors at this point. And it's funny seeing a lot of people that are in the scoop business trying to grasp at straws on news. I'm like, guys, stop it. Because if they were going to do it, they were going to do it. Like, don't do this to yourself. Like, stop.
Right. And the one thing that and I post this a lot on Twitter. The one thing that really gets my biscuits in a tism is that I see a lot of people like who aren't in the fandom or who don't know how anything works and they're only in their own little bubbles and they go, "Oh, well, Hasbro killed it because it wasn't viable." Um, let
No,
me stack my
no.
paper up. Let me stack my paper up and get on my soapbox real quick. So
2 episodes
you mean to
ago,
tell
Prime went on the soapbox. So hey, go for it. Go for it.
so you mean to tell me that this show, this franchise that had an unprecedented, damn near uninterrupted 30-year run was a very high consistent seller in the boys toy market, was consistently in the top 10, top 5.
Even
Moving
under
product
Disney,
was
selling like
even under
hotcakes.
Disney, even as this is they told product was moving, product was easily found and accessible. Again, damn near on the air, non-stop seasons rolling one after the other, except for like 2 little minor little breaks.
Even with that break after RPM with the revision
That was
MMPR, that
just
was
that was just like half a year, and they
half a
jumped
year
right
at
back,
best.
and they picked it up and got to send away.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was on the show, it was on the air constantly. Um, so why is it that once Hasbro got their incompetent mitts on it, we started getting all these problems where, oh well, the toy line production's fucked up, or oh, well, we really can't do anything because of X, Y, and Z and the
That's
Sentai footage, and this is just a really way in it because it doesn't end. We can't go any further. It can't do much more. Like, why are you fucking lying? You fucking corporate
and
bootlickers.
everybody saying, "Well, see, I agree because Power Rangers niche." First off, shut up, stop.
First, number one.
I'm starting to hate the word niche so much because it's like I can get it, but it's like no, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. Like, come on.
So at its most successful, like it's not as popular as it was during Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but to be fair,
Yeah,
like nothing is ever as popular when it first
yeah,
drops. Like
yeah.
not
You're
even
not
fucking
when you're
Pokemon,
brand
not
new.
fucking
You're never touching
Transformers,
it.
not right. Now He-Man, like nothing ever touches that shit again. And my problem is like when we call it niche, I'm like, well, a lot of nerd shit is niche. Like nerd shit in and of itself is niche.
Turtles is technically niche too, but it's still
Turtles is
trucking.
definitely right. And like that's another thing that kills me. Like, oh well, how come Power Rangers get canceled and Ninja Turtles keeps get going? How many times has Ninja Turtles had to take off breaks and get reset in between shows where Power Rangers going? Just kept on going because of its success. And
Choice.
it really irks the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like again, I don't know if it's the allegations. I don't know if it's like the perception of it due to the production, like airing the show, aiming the show a little bit or skewing it a little bit younger. I don't know what it is, but like let's not fucking lie. Let's not make up shit and say that the brand wasn't successful, that it wasn't viable. Otherwise, companies would not have invested all that time and money for, again, need I remind you, damn near 30 years. Let's be fucking for real.
It's a mix of a lot of things. Now, one, Marlon Wayans summed this shit up. If you folks ever listened to it, he did recently, right?
Yes.
He broke it down. And Power Rangers is in that. What he was saying, Power Rangers nails it. And we talked about this a couple of times too. Power Rangers used to get like 35 to 40, sometimes 50 episodes a season, right?
So up until Wild Force, we were in the 48s and 50 episode seasons, right?
And
we
then
hit
Disney
does the
40.
38, 32.
It was 35, 40, depending on what it was. I think RPM
No,
hit.
I'm pretty sure it was like 38, 32. Like they were
Okay,
like,
but it's still a lot.
sub 40.
That's still a
yeah.
lot. That's still a lot. Episodes and stuff.
Gotta hit that 52 weeks.
And what Marlon was saying was companies latched on to streaming because, again, if you know anything about streaming really boiled down to tech bros and Wall Street pushing folks into getting out of that network model. But the thing of it is, the network model was making them way more fucking money.
Residuals, right, on the back end, like
because you're getting all this stuff on advertising. Advertising is what you're kicking
right,
up
that's
off
what
the money.
You're selling ad space, like you're selling. Hey, we know guaranteed eyeballs are going to be on this show, or at this time you can air this. You can run ads on that show, and we get kickback, and you get kickback. It's a win for everybody involved, right?
Streaming, you don't get that. Because even with the ads on the streaming, you're not making as much compared to network where it's like there. So with Power Rangers, it was like, all right, you're making a ton of money. And then like when Saban bought it, I think that was the point to where it started shifting into this weird thing where they were splitting the seasons into like 12 episodes.
That was the Nickelodeon.
And it made no sense. Which is weird because it's like that kind of tapped into how streaming goes, where you get half a season and you gotta wait damn near a whole year for and that kind of pissed me
I,
off, but that was kind
I,
of how streaming was to a degree.
and that's so weird to me when they made that decision because I also think it was toy motivated. Like somebody please check my math and correct me if I'm wrong. But I do believe that also had to do with the fact that it allowed them a little more production time because if you're running on the same show, because again, what does Power Rangers do every year? It resets. You do your year, you reset, new cast, new characters, new
February
toys, new
to
right,
November, and then you turn back around February next year, start new season,
right,
and do
right.
summer break, and then boom, that's it.
But if you split the show into 20 episodes one year, 20 episodes next year, that gives you one, it gives the production a little longer time to work.
Mhm.
It also gives you time to have those toys like a little bit longer on the shelf, right?
Yeah,
But we saw what happened when they did this shit. Like, how many of them motherfuckers got marked down to clearance like that because they were just sitting there? Because that's another reason why they introduced those cockpit suits. Again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm lying, I apologize. I'm making this
cockpit
up. I'm
suits were
sorry.
selling.
But I'm sure that's one of the reasons why they did the cockpit suit because you can have the base ranger and then you can also have the cockpit suit, so you're not getting the same figure in the basic
Yeah,
assortment. So like that makes sense on paper, but like it was so antithetical to what the brand has done and to what the market expects of the brand. You know what I mean? Am I
if it
making
ain't
sense?
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what they should have stuck with, but they decided to tamper with that. And it's like, to your point, it's like you on paper, business wise, you get it because it's like, hey, that's more toys we can sell the following year.
Right,
Like you
right. It,
said,
it makes
different.
sense. It makes
Yeah, it
sense.
makes sense
Right.
in theory. It makes sense and stuff, but it was just very hit and miss on that. Because at least for me, I don't know if you can agree with me on this. I felt, because people talk about the tone of Power Rangers and what it should be and all that stuff. I felt the sweet spot of Power Rangers was from In Space to RPM. That was kind of what you needed out of Power Rangers
You know
to
what? I
a
agree.
degree.
I agree. And I also say like when people go, oh, because obviously Power Rangers skews younger
Yeah,
than most superhero properties. Like I'm not saying that to be a judgment because I know people get in their feelings. Like I know some Power Ranger fans get real defensive when people say this, but like I'm not saying this is a negative. I'm not even saying this is a positive. I'm just stating the fact.
yes,
It skews a little bit younger. Um, and the issue is that sometimes the people making it or after RPM, the people making it stop taking into account that children shows that only aim at children aren't very good children shows. Like your shows have to work on multiple levels. Like, and it's so wild to me. Like we have all these multiple successful shows like The Legend of Korra or Avatar, Adventure
Young
Time,
Justice,
Young
regular
Justice,
show,
regular show, Gravity
Craig of
Falls,
the
Steven
Creek,
Universe, Craig of the Creek. You have all these highly successful shows. And again, it boggles my mind.
We
Batman
Bear
animated series,
Bears.
We Bear Bears. It blows my mind that we have all these recipes because like all the cartoons that we used to watch, because the shit used to start off as I don't the shit used to start off like the Bugs Bunny and all that shit was used to be matinees before movies for adults. So those cartoons that they played as shorts were geared for an all ages audience, right? And so then when they were I'm giving a little brief history lesson. So if I skip over some shit, please forgive me. So when there was a Turner, when they were having the networks for the fill air times, they started airing those cartoons that were aimed for all audiences, primarily adults, on television for children. So the basis of what started like the television animation boom was rooted in those slightly older aiming cartoons. Like I know people say that, and maybe say I'm talking on my ass now, but like that's a fact. That's true.
Yeah, I mean,
So
some of those cartoons were there to sell toys first and
right,
foremost.
right.
To
And
be
so
fair,
like that's one of the bases of animation. So to see people say like, well, only cartoons can only work when it's like aimed at children, like you can aim it at children, but like you can work on multiple levels. Like you can be a little more sophisticated, you can have a little more nuance, and the cartoon can work, like I say, on multiple different levels where there are jokes there for the children and things there for the kids, but they're also there for like the slightly older audiences, like those older gag cartoons, like all those fucking old movie references in the old Looney Tune cartoons, like we weren't getting that shit. Like, we didn't, but like it was there operating on that level for the audience members that could get it. You see what I'm saying?
yeah. And the thing of it is, it's like that's why I felt that was a sweet spot because it's like, yeah, you get us. Because again, I felt that kind of represented what Power Rangers could be, just like its Sentai counterpart, where it's like, yeah, you're gonna get some seasons. Look, as much as you get that group of people that are like Sentai superior, I'm like, there was some seasons of Sentai that was but
Right,
like,
right, right.
but again, to each their own, because there might be somebody that like there are a lot of people that love Ghost Sager. I wasn't big on it, short of being
Point them out to me. Point them out to me.
But I was kind of in your boat rewatching it. I was like, yeah, Ghost Say Night is kind of like the best thing this show got going for it,
Right,
you
right.
know.
It
But
had its moment.
but I understand people that like Ghost Sager, and I'm like, all right, cool. Hey, whatever, right? And it's the same thing with Power Rangers. There's some people that don't like fucking Operation Overdrive.
And I can see your argument. Like to be fair, like there is no I'm about to lie. I was like, there was one Power Ranger show I don't like, but mostly all the shows, like there's something for me to enjoy in them.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, I have this real reputation where motherfuckers just think I like to hate on shit, and I'm just like the like I like a lot of things, and I talk about the things I like a lot. And like there's actually like no Toku show, like, and that includes Power Rangers, Sentai, Kamen Rider, Ultraman. There is none of those shows that I air quote would like say I hate, because there are some that I like more than others, and there's some that there are things I wish they did better. But I like all this shit because at the end of the day, it's all fun. It's like it's just enjoyable shit to watch. So I try to look for the positive, even in the shows that I don't necessarily like as much. I try to find something to enjoy out of them.
Yeah. So like that space is what Power Rangers should be, just tonally and everything, where you're taking
Like,
each season and you're
right.
able to do your own thing and stuff, you know, because
right. And I'm not saying, yeah, like and look, we're not saying like we want some shit like that grim dark edgelord power
no,
/ Rangers bullshit. But
no.
like, and I'm not even saying not even as dark as RPM. I say you want to kind of hit that sweet spot, like
Light
right, maybe
speed.
like a Light Speed or a Lost Galaxy or a Jungle Fury, like, or Time Force, like somewhere in that tone, like where it can lean to the comedy when it needs to be and also be serious when it needs to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's just that's where Power Rangers is at. And it's like, well, until whenever they feel like doing it, does it, then at this point, I kind of let it go. We got our thing on the Toku side here, and I'm just embracing that. And I'm waiting to see what the toy distributor that's doing Power Rangers now. I'm kind of curious to see what they do now.
Playmates.
Yeah,
Right.
Playmates. I'm just waiting to see what Playmates does, and that's where I'm standing at, because you know that's just what it is, and that's
like,
the best way to go about it.
Right. And have that hope. But like again, I have like this nagging thing in the back of my mind where I just feel like for whatever reason, like Power Ranger just has this stigma. Like I don't know what it is. Like, is it all the goofy jokes? Is it the comedy duos? Like, I don't.
It's kind of it's weird because it's like, you know what it is. It reminds me of when Singer did the first X-Men movie, and you remember back then on the message boards, and there was a lot of us that were like, oh man, it would have been nice to see the X-Men in their comic book suits and stuff. And there were a lot of people like, nah, nobody wants to see Wolverine in that yellow suit and da da da, because it was this thing of people embarrassed of seeing the characters in the suits. And I think that's the thing with Power Rangers, is the idea of seeing them in spandex suits still blows people's minds. And it's like, it can work.
That fucking kills me. It's the same way when people are like, oh, I don't want Robin in the Batman thing. You don't want like, then maybe you don't like Batman. Have you considered that? Have you thought about that?
And it's wild because you watch Deadpool Wolverine, the motherfucker put the goddamn mask on and shit, and everybody's like, yeah. And I'm like, that's what we've been asking for. It's possible to do it if you just embrace the shit. Like,
I don't know. I feel like so many people are just so insecure, and like they can't take anything like sincerely or at face value. Like everything has to be like steeped in this like fucking cynicism and like levels of irony. Like that's one thing that really annoys me sometimes about the MCU, where like they have to undercut everything with a joke, or like they're trying to like hit the audience in the rib. Like, isn't this goofy? Isn't it silly? Shut the fuck up, motherfucker. I'm aware. That's why
sometimes
I'm here to have fun.
And the thing of it is, that only works for certain characters. You can't do it across the board, because I'm fine with doing that in Guardians, because the wackiness of it, and James Gunn knows how to balance that. But you can't, because as much as I like Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, there were a couple of moments where it was doing that.
Right. Like,
and I didn't hate it, but it was just kind of like, well, you didn't have to do that. I get what you're doing, but this isn't the movie to do that, because it's like you had some really good story here, and then you threw that in, and it's like, oh, okay, like chill, back it up a little bit. Let's not do that, So it's
frustrating, CJ. I'm very frustrated.
Yeah, especially when you're watching, again, I think when I told you about watching, God damn it. that last Sentai I watched all of. You asked me, not Kyoger, but it's one of them with all the knights. Damn
King
it.
Oger?
Yeah, King Oger. And I said, yeah, it was ambitious, but like it had its issues. I know somebody that'll probably watch King Oger and be like, why are they in these suits? Why is this? And it's like, because that's what it is. It works. Like just roll with it. Like, but it is what it is.
I just understand I don't understand this brain fungus with people who work in genre media, like, or who watch or consume genre. Like, why are you ashamed? Like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
But anyways, let's get to some good news, Prime, because I feel we sing the praises and rightfully so to discotheque. And I was at Otakon this year, and Prime, I was. You thought I was like I was like hollering like yes, Prime. We're getting Kamen Rider V3.
Keep going. Show them all.
I need Kamen Rider V1. I need the first two because if Discotheque is doing V3, that means we might be getting the first two as well. But we're getting V3.
The first show, Kamen Rider 71.
Yeah, Kamen Rider 71. Sorry. But also, finally, the spaceship saga is finally complete.
I just got mine in the mail, bro.
Yeah, mine's coming next week. So the saga is finally. We got all 3 movies. We got all 3 shows finally, and I'm like, thank you.
Keep going, bro.
I used to pray for times like this.
My nipples are hard, bro. Keep going. Yes, bro. Now this shit caught me off guard. Wind Spectre.
I got caught off guard too. Cause I was like, okay, I've never seen Wind Spectre. Okay, I have a reason to get. I have a reason to watch this now.
Wind Spectre. I'm like, I would have suspected Kabuto before fucking Wind Spectre. Like, really?
They said Wind Spectre. We get which. Again,
I would have expected Blue SWAT before Wind Spectre. Like, come on, man. Really? I'm not mad. I'm buying this shit, but damn, for real?
Prime. King Kikator.
My bro. I'm so happy. Because when that Hawaiian company went under, Generation Kikator, like, yeah. I was like, I just knew that was it. Like, we weren't going to get any Kikator.
But look at the extras, though. We get the stage event. And, dude, Discotheque. So, they must be making money hand over fist on their releases.
Fingers crossed. This also means they're going to get the anime. We're also going to get 01. We're also going to get Inazuman. Can you imagine if I get Zubat on DVD on Blu-ray? I apologize for who I'll become. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, because this was brought up in the chat. Yes, I met Cal Higgins at Power Morphicon. Great guy. He spoke truth because, it was me and one other guy. We were talking about the Massiverse. That's this whole thing with Radiant Black and stuff. Great books, solid books. And he echoed what me and you said, about doing Power Rangers, where he's like, yeah, I enjoyed doing Power Rangers, but I did feel very limited because it's like you're given this sandbox. And he said he had a lot of ideas of what he wanted to do to really expand on it, but he couldn't do that because of the licensing and stuff.
CJ, what did I say? What did I say? Y'all niggas gonna listen to me one day. Almost all I'm gonna say. Like,
and everything in the Radiant Black, Radiant Red, all that stuff. Like, you could tell he really felt very freed now. Like, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He gave a shit. Like I said, like, you can tell, he's invested here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And it makes sense because when you're invested in your own product, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, and it's great. The books in the Massiverse is fucking dope as shit. Like, there's one character in it. He's a what the fuck was the guy's name? I think Shift. Basically, he's like the Kamen Rider of the whole thing, right? So basically, he leads a crime syndicate that sells radiant tech based off of what he does. Like, he absorbs the energy of the radiance to power his suit, and he also powers the other suits, and he sells it to kind of form his own crime syndicate. So basically, any villain that uses it, they got to come to him to get the power in order to power suits back up. It's a dope concept. I fucking love it. But yeah, you could definitely tell like he has something really good going on, and I'm actually happy for him for sure.
I will say he was going off on Hasbro for a minute, and I was like,
man, hey, look, thank you.
I was like, man, look at the universe, got me agreeing with this motherfucker. Do you know how fucked up situations got to be?
You know what? He
has
every right
to be on the same page.
I mean, look, he kind of sort of went in on Pookie a little bit
Man, he
during
was
that.
going off on that mode. Man, he was. I was like, damn,
Bravo, sir.
can't believe,
One of
can't
us. One of
believe,
us.
can't believe. I apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game.
Both of us. I was like, I might have to put that Shaq meme. I wasn't familiar with the game, sir. Like
I
shit. All
apologize,
right.
sir. I apologize. Oh, and speaking of, while we're talking about the comic books and booms and shit, so to the listeners at home right now, as of recording this podcast, currently Humble Bundle has 2 Power Ranger related Humble Bundles going on.
Mhm.
The first one is a Power Ranger comic mega bundle that has 3 days left.
Mhm.
And what did I tell you, motherfuckers, when they were nickel and diming y'all on those Kickstarters and crowdfunding projects? You can get all of their fucking books for
Digitally.
less than $25 after they've already milked the fuck out of y'all.
Unless you want the hardcover books like I do, that's probably the only reason. But otherwise, if you're doing digital, you might as well go ahead and go for that Humble Bumble and just call it a day. Just go for it because it's worth it. You know.
Right. Right. I'm saying.
So
the second one
Uh-huh.
is they have a deck building game collection bundle, I guess, for their card game. I haven't looked at it yet.
I
Their
heard.
desktop game.
I've seen some people talk about the card game. They actually enjoy it. I mean, look, I think that's a one of my friends, Patrick. He's in sort of the tabletop gaming world and stuff. And tabletop gaming is a big booming business that people really don't know about. And it's actually pretty good. So I mean, hey, if people, I mean, what comes with that whole the whole card I guess bundle?
I haven't looked into it yet. I just saw a post on the main page, but it looks like you get actual. It's not electronic because usually Humble Bundle has electronic shit.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like the actual physical like game pieces and shit that you can get.
Oh, so it gets shipped to you and all that stuff.
I think it's like 4 or 5. I think it's like 2 main sets and like some expansions. Again, it's on their website. Check it out. I could be wrong. You got 17 days left.
Yeah, speaking of comics, I'm happy. I don't know what you feel about this, but you know, Boom is basically resetting the Power Ranger comics and such. So it's not ending; it's just resetting. And
I feel away about that.
They're finally moving away from MMPR, and we get Samurai.
So they described it. They described this as their ultimate Marvel Power Rangers, and I'm just like, isn't that what your comics already were doing?
Yeah, they were already doing that. I mean, well, it's weird because it's like what the other comics was doing. It felt like it was sort of like telling stories in between seasons and other stories.
That's
during
not what
those
that
seasons.
shit felt like.
Well, I know.
They were just loose lip doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
I know. I say it felt like it was loosely telling stories, like I guess expanding on MMPR lore before they started doing the whole time travel and multiverse shit, and it kind of went off rails. But it seems like now they're able to kind of like, with them focusing on Lauren and some of the other Rangers past MMPR. I'm like, all right, I'm curious on what you're gonna do with this.
I'm not. Y'all have fun.
My interest is peaked, but I'm kind of going to see what the story does before I even I'll probably pick up the first issue just to read through it, but I might just build it up and just kind of sit back and see where the story goes and probably get the trade and see what happens with that and stuff. But I'm sort of interested. Yeah, I'm sort of interested. I mean, I like that they're actually using Lauren as the jump off, because I felt that was a character that even in Samurai that show didn't really do a good job with that character to really make me give a shit.
Still the better female Red Ranger.
Look, there's been a debate online, and me and you saw it, about like who is like the best Pink Ranger, and you have Jen and Shelby from Dino Charge. And I was like, you know what? Thinking back on it, Shelby was doing a lot of shit in that show that was like, she was really taking over and being a leader. And I'm like, I kind of forgot about that. I was like, shit, they're right.
I mean, tip for tap, bro.
Yeah. So, you know, hey. So there's that. So speaking of Kamen Rider, first 2 episodes of the show is up, but Kamen Rider Gav. Am I saying it right? Gav?
Yeah, I think it's Gav. How are they saying it in Japan? I think it's
Gav.
I think the joke is like Gabu, like they're trying to say bite. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks interesting. I haven't seen any clips of it and stuff. I just saw the suit and I was like, yeah, hey, I like
I
the suit
watched
design.
the I watched the first episode. I was vibing with it. It's pretty deep. That's
Okay.
pretty decent.
Yeah, I
I
like
don't
the
I
suit
don't
designs.
yeah, I don't judge it on the first episode because I always the first episode is just trying to hook you. So I'm like, I had to see how I feel about it on like the eighth episode or whatever.
Yeah,
The figure art is up for pre-order now. If you want his form, that form
because of course the figure.
already
see,
comes out in
see,
January.
that is what I like to call like I love just hey, as soon as they announce the show, boom, they already got a figure art up and running. Like that's crazy to me, how much of a turnaround that is. Um. Oh, so you remember Bandai did the remember when they did the Power Rangers Build a Figure where you can actually when you get the action figures and it comes with like a piece of the Zord and then you can build the Zord if you cap like say if the Ninja Storm Megazord, if you got red, blue, and yellow Rangers in the packaging, you can combine them to get the Zord, right? So apparently they're doing the same for the Sentai ones. And it's like the DX Robo thing to basically you can like combine the different Zords from previous series, basically,
Okay,
which is
okay.
interesting. It's very interesting. I dig that. That is definitely a market that I wasn't expecting for sure.
Oh,
I don't know the price for it, but it looks pretty dope. I actually like the concept of it. It isn't something that's in my wheelhouse to get, but I can definitely see people jumping on this and getting it for sure.
hmm
Um, but yeah, it's dope. But speaking of, so Susu Toys, we're getting this.
Forever Red, baby.
Man, these shits look pretty dope as shit. They look dope as hell.
Man, I'm trying not to, man. But shit,
1/6 scale.
them shit's tempting, bro.
I don't know how what the prices are, but I kind of want that turbo. I kind of want that turbo one. But they all look good. I don't know what they're gonna do with the other seat with the other seat. If these sell, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up doing the other seasons as well. So we'll see how that goes.
Aren't we getting all the turbo?
So yeah, we're getting all the turbo actually. We're getting all the turbo. I think they have all the turbo, all of Zeo, and all of MMPR. Because I think this company was
See,
at yeah.
see now, if I was a richer man, I would definitely, at the very least, get Forever Red.
Yeah. I can see that. I
And
need
maybe a green ranger too.
yeah. Yeah. They
And a gold ranger.
I think the Green Ranger that they have, so they have two different Green Rangers. They have the OG Green Ranger, and then they have the comic book Bat in the Sun Green Ranger.
You can keep it. You
What
can
was
keep
it?
it.
What was the name of that character that came in and they put him in that suit?
Was it
But
Matt? Matt or
yeah, I
Will?
think it's that version of the costume. So it's not the Bat in the Sun one. It's like a light up. It was weird. It was basically definition of doing too much on a suit when you didn't have to, because it's like, all right, I guess you want to differentiate yourself from the other suit, but whatever, it is what it is. Um, so speaking of, did you see the trailer for the King Odra in space?
No, I haven't seen the trailer, but I've seen the stills.
Yeah, you know what? I was very much shocked to see King Ranger in that. That
Our
shocked.
boy Ricky is back. Let's go.
Yeah, apparently, well, it's a dude actor playing it, but he's the son of one of the Toku suit actors. I think it's Seiji Takaiwa, I believe. So that's his son playing
Oh,
King.
nigga,
That's
that's
his
pedigree.
yeah, that's his son playing King Ranger now and stuff. But look, it threw me off, but again, it's one of those situations of like, yo, like that's how. Okay, so I kind of overheard something when I was at Power Morphicon. Um, one of the actors was mentioning how like I think it might have been Christopher Kamen Lee, Andros. Somebody was asking him, man, it would be nice to see like the in space cast, have like a sort of special, reunion episode, da da da. And I was like, damn, like there is like a fiending for those sort of reunion sort of shows, kind of like what Sentai does with their 10 years later, 20 years later shows.
Speaking of, did you watch the Kaku Ranger one? It's good.
Yes, really good. Love it. I actually ended up a couple people that I know that don't really keep up with Sentai like that. I showed them a clip of it and it was like, where did you get this? And I gave them the link to it and stuff. But they loved it.
You mean you gave them the DVD that you bought from Japan?
Yes. I gave them the DVD complete with English subtitles.
That you got from Japan, that your friend sent you. Yeah.
Yes. I did love the premise of it. I did like how out of all the Rangers, the Black Ranger was the only one that kept up with his working out. And that was like the sort of like low joke and stuff when they all morphed and everybody's like, oh man, we're so old. And I was like, okay, I laughed. That was funny.
Right, when they're like, I can't believe we wore this when we were younger. Like, I only had like one major issue with that movie. Well, not even really a major issue. Like, I just wish Junior was in it more.
It would have been nice. It would have.
And like, even then, like, we'll talk about it later. I almost spoiled it. Okay.
Yeah. You know what it is. They're doing the Futo Kamen Rider Skull film.
It begins tonight. So this is the third time we've seen this. That's crazy.
Yeah, it comes out like 2 weeks before
what
Thanksgiving.
What else do we need to know about that night? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, look, this is one of those situations where it's like, I can dig the double dipping, but like, how far can you really go with this? So it is what it is. Have you been keeping up with Boom Boonger?
Yeah, I'm like 3 episodes behind though.
Okay. I'm digging the show. I'm like 5 episodes behind, but I'm liking it. I actually like the show. Consistency and everything. It's pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm. That's the key. Consistency, man.
It's funny. It took 3 episodes, and I'm like, I'm keyed in after 3 episodes. I'm finally like used to the suit to the point to when I saw a guy cosplay it at Power Morphicon, I was like, oh shit, dope suit, because it's just.
Oh, bro, it
was like, all right, cool.
I was fuck that. I was locked in when I saw the promo images, bro.
It took me a minute because it's like the tire. It took me a minute, and it's like it finally like boom,
bro.
The switch hit in my head. So
the seatbelt belt buckles are functional. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Granted, I do like the 6 Ranger suit, the purple and all that stuff. That shit fire.
I like Boon Red 119. That shit's dope.
Oh, his power up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the power. I mean, come on, like. Is it? Look, do you feel that do you feel them giving like Red Ranger power-ups, is that their response to like the Battleizer shit here, basically?
I feel like it's inspired.
Yeah.
I also feel like it's the never-ending march for more merchandise, because one of the reasons why Kamen Rider sells much more than Sentai is they have all the different belts and all the different weapons and shit and all the different riders. Like I just. Like we used to be a country, CJ. We used to be a proper country where Sentai had all those team weapon upgrades and like the power armors and shit, man.
Yeah.
And the multiple mechs.
I mean, look, to your point, it is a response. I think it's funny. It's kind of funny in a way because like we saw them use SPD's Battleizer and Deca Ranger, and that was kind of like the start of it. But it's often, I'll have to ask myself, like, was that something that Toei and them never thought to do as like a normal thing? Because obviously I know Mega Ranger had the Rangers in like a power-up form for I think one of the movies.
Yeah, and then we got the lights from Ginga Man.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, technically that is a power-up and stuff, but like in terms of the Red Ranger having a power-up, it's kind of funny that, like you said, merchandising, it's like, damn, I would have thought they would have jumped on that as soon as like Wild Force. Well, actually, no, as soon as In Space had the fucking, Battleizer that somebody in, Toei and then would have been like, hey, maybe we need to do this for our Red Rangers and stuff,
Now, if I'm not mistaken, and one of the reasons why the Battleizer exists is because of Bandai America wanted more merch to push. And I think they fund the action scenes and shit. That's also the reason why we get some of those American exclusive like vehicle sets, like the motorcycles and shit.
Especially in Lightspeed when like
I'm sorry. When we used to
used to be a proper country.
We used to be a proper country.
Yeah, I mean, look, Lightspeed Rescue for my money. That was the season. I'm like, so Carter got like two different fucking Battleizer forms. Blue and green got their own Battleizer. I'm like, this is like a fucking toy smorgasbord here. They are eating this season. This is crazy.
That's that government stimulus hitting, bro.
Hey, look, I told because Keith. Because Titanium Ranger, Yellow Ranger, and Green Ranger, they were there. Captain Mitchell was at Power Morphicon just for Friday. But like I told him, I was like, I loved like even though he was there for one day, he was another one that was just shocked at the amount of love like he was getting. And I remember telling him, I was like, dude, like Lightspeed, y'all were like the first one coming out of like off of Lost Galaxy where it was like completely separate from everything and just between Carter and his Captain America shenanigans and stuff, and just the first responder vibes, the military aspect, and all that stuff. Like Eric, we all ate that fucking show up.
I was gonna say now, hold on now, bro. Captain Mitchell is one of the best mentors. Come on.
Oh yeah, no, Captain Mitchell, dope mentor and stuff. Like I said again, it's just one of those situations where actors are just surprised at the amount of people. It's like, I mean, y'all guys came out the gate as like the separate season away from the Zordon stuff. People ate it up, and look,
well, again, some people, because I was there, CJ. Motherfuckers did not like Lightspeed like that. They did not.
True. I don't want to revise history. Let me stop myself and say we all ate it up. You're right, because it was kind of like, what the fuck is going on here? So it's one of those things where it's like you think back on it and stuff. I think we were in a space of people like, Lightspeed, really? Which I would thought they would have ate it up as soon as Captain Mitchell was like, sure, I'll give you my son if you save me and my daughter. Here, demon.
Right. Like, for real, Dad? It's like that?
Which made...
My man is like, hold on, diabolical. Quick question. Why the fuck you acting surprised at humans on the land when you floating around in spirit form kidnapping babies and shit? Like, what are we doing here, bro? What are we doing?
It's like, hey, Captain Mitchell, I'll save you if you give me your son. Sure. It's like Captain Mitchell surprised his own son hates him. I'm like, you gave him to the demons. What did you think was gonna happen, dude?
You think he got some demon pussy, growing up in puberty? I mean, you think he smashed on Viper? I mean,
I thought he got some from Queen Banshiro the way she was kind of eyeing him.
Oh, you say she was hitting him with that aura? Oh, okay then. Okay.
Hey, anything is possible. Anything is 100% possible out here in these streets. So it is what it is. Did you buy Kamen Rider Geats on DVD?
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for Discotheque because they just posted. I haven't watched like the last 3 updates, but the last I looked, they said that the discs are good to print for the 90 movies trilogy.
The Jay and
Shin and Zio.
Shin, yeah. That's the one everybody is like, oh my god, I can't wait to get it.
Like, and I'm so happy because I was gonna rewatch those movies recently anyway, and I was just like, well, I'll just wait for the Blu-ray set to get here.
I mean, look, I hope Supro gets their shit together for Shin Ultraman, because the fact that shit had like 3 reprints and shit, I'm like, god damn, why didn't y'all just give it to fucking Supro and call it a goddamn day? Y'all went to Cleopatra.
We'll see.
I mean, thankful that they reprinted it, but fuck, man, like that kind of
3 times. So now you gotta
3
play
times. Like
now you gotta play roulette. Like, which version I get? Like, what the fuck?
I think that's unheard of. I've never seen something like that ever happen in my lifetime, of something getting reprinted that wasn't like a director's cut or something like that. Like at least a director's cut, it's like, all right, I get why you double dip and you did your director's cut. This is just like it's the same fucking movie.
And it's like this fucked up shit. Like, oh, the subtitles are fucked up. Like, I think this is one of the few times where streaming has an advantage. You can just hit that press and get that update patch.
Yeah. When is that Shin Kamen Rider show coming out?
Oh, you mean the Ano cut? That's a good question.
Yeah, the Ano cut. Because I saw some behind the scenes stuff that I guess they're adding in. They said they're finally, and again, me and you are like, thank you. Kamen Rider 1 and 2 fighting the other Kamen Riders, and it's actually going to be lit up. Shock Riders, they're actually going to show the actual fight. And I'm like, God damn, thank you.
Thank
Fuck.
you.
You,
And
you
also
tease
they're gonna
us
do.
with the fucking figure art of it, which I'm like, that looked dope as shit. Why the fuck we didn't see that in the goddamn
Well,
movie? And then
why couldn't we see that shit in the movie? Dark ass.
fair.
Pisses me off, man.
That's a money shortcut right there. I remember watching it, I was like, so did y'all run out of money and y'all just said, fuck it, pitch black, go.
Right. And it's crazy to me. Well, that's still the best version of the Kamen Rider versus the Shocker Rider fight is from the manga.
Yeah. So
well, I take that back. No, the manga is the best version of that story, but like I think the best fight still from Kamen Rider the Next. That fight was dope.
Okay,
that
so basically, go ahead.
I'm saying, yeah, that fucking Villa fight, bro. I watched that fight like at least once a year, once or twice a year.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, the Shin Kamen Rider Blu-ray, it's going to include a version of the movie that's re-edited into 5 episodes, basically. So the Blu-ray release is going to have it the 5. You're going to get the movie, but then it's also the option to watch the 5 episodes with the new scenes in it, which I'm pretty sure all of us are going to be like, oh, I watched the 5 episodes and call it a day.
And I saw they're doing they're redoing the opening and ending theme, which looks fucking dopey shit. Like,
I mean, that's all.
I think that's one of the best things about Shin Kamen Rider was when it was doing the homages to the original show, like the shots for shots.
I mean, look, vulgar as this is going to sound, I mean, my dick can only get so hard hearing about this.
Throbbing, veiny, meaty.
We were living in good times, man. Again,
like you said, used to pray for times like this, bro.
Right? Because like, if you would told me like, yeah, we're getting Shin Kamen Riders coming in theaters for a limited time, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. They ain't gonna put that in America. Okay, they did put it in American theaters, not once but twice. Okay, cool. I'm with it. Let's go. I'm still kind of curious if they're actually going to follow through with doing like Shin Go Ranger.
I doubt it.
But I think that's just because us as fans were like hoping that they were going to do it. But you know, it is what it is. You got anything else?
So dude, I don't know if you saw this. I only saw the push notification, but apparently they're going to be doing it's on his channel. There's going to be a JDF documentary.
Oh yeah, they kind of somebody briefly. I think it's one of the guys that's doing the Legend of the White Dragon movie. He mentioned a documentary, but like, so they actually are going to do a legit documentary.
Yeah, I haven't watched the trailer. I just got the push notification for it.
Huh.
Again, like, I know it's been.
It could go good.
I don't know.
Here's my thing. I feel very weird about. It's kind of like a good example of this. Bray Wyatt, right? You know, he died, tragic death and all that, right? And obviously WWE, they did a documentary on Bray Wyatt and all that stuff. And I felt weird watching it because it's like Bray, to me, good wrestler and all that stuff, but it just, watching the documentary, it just felt weird watching it because it just felt like it was a cash grab. But at the same time, I'm not going to knock people that had interactions with Bray and they are wearing their emotions on their sleeve and, explaining their interactions with them and all that stuff. So it's good. And it seems like the same thing with JDF, where it's like, okay, like, I'm hoping that it does a good job of really, honoring JDF without feeling like it's a senseless cash grab with the family involved, all and up basically Diddy into the shit out of it, where it's like, right, and I don't want that, because I want it to be just about JDF and the actors and the people that interacted with them and all that stuff. It would be great to just see that.
Right.
I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel.
I don't know. I feel so irrational. I hate this shit. Like, I hate this parasocial shit because, like, that motherfucker didn't know me. But
I had 2 interactions with them, and that is it. And they were great interactions, and that's it.
Right. I was in the same room with this nigga like 5 times, but never actually like met him. And it's like it's a little raw. It's a little raw. So I'm like, I feel some type of way. I don't know what that type of way is, but like it's it's stirring emotion in me, to be frank, quite frank with you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my thing with JDF is this: is just as a fan, I loved how unapologetic he was when it came to Power Rangers. You could
He
tell
was
he
10 toes down.
10 toes down. Like, fuck, even looking at Legends of the White Dragon, like, take whatever you feel about that movie off the table for a second. You can tell there's a measure of passion in that stuff that's to a point to where you can see a guy that really he saw the vision of what Power Rangers could be and kind of felt some way that that vision wasn't necessarily matched by Saban and even Hasbro, you know, because and it could have. So to me, seeing him as a guy that especially him being like one of the first Power Rangers actors to actually do the convention circuit that spurred on the other actors to go to conventions, that was always a big deal to me because like he's the thing that he's, to be honest, you can kind of credit JDF as being the reason why Power Rangers kind of got reinvigorated once he started going on the convention circuit. Because it's not to say people forgot about Power Rangers, but it's like, oh shit, Green Ranger, and then it just spread like wildfire, and all the other actors just started going to conventions as well. And I will always appreciate that. But like you said, this documentary is like, I don't know, man. Like,
what's the intention? Like I said, I want to knock on wood, and I want to err on the side of optimism and hope that it is honoring the man's legacy, honoring his memory, and it's not what we've seen the people in his circle do is exploit him for dollar.
yeah, that's
but then also some part of me is like, he would have wanted it that way.
Yeah,
he's like, look, how much you charging? $45. Those my boys.
Hey, look, JDF, I would give him credit. That dude he was like Winston for Ghost Spider. If there's a check,
I ain't mad at it, bro. I ain't mad at it.
Get your money, dog. Get your money.
I didn't give it to you, bro. I understand. Get that shit.
Get your money. Get your money. I ain't gonna say get your money, Black Man. Get your money, Green Ranger. Get your money.
Get your money, Green Ranger. Go, Green Ranger. Go.
That's why it's like everybody was cracking the jokes like Legend of the. I'm like, nah, get your money up, bro. You went 10 toes down to doing your own. You was like, yo, I'm doing Power Rangers. Fuck what you heard.
Flapjack and hookers. What you fucking about?
Look, if that movie, look, the bar is in hell. That movie just has to leap over the 2017 movie. It's like 10 out of 10.
It already has more merchandise than Cosmic Fury. Let's go. Let's get it.
The bar is in hell. The bar is in hell. That's 2 action figures. That's 2 more.
Under hell. It's under hell, my friend.
You know what sucks? Because again, I think me and you have said it. And I gotta agree with you, Prime. It's gonna probably take somebody to actually have to go fund us to actually do Cosmic Fury and Dino Fury.
I'm not doing it, bro.
Here's my thing. I want people to understand, as much as we shit talk Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury, we have nothing against the actors. The actors were doing what they were doing with the materials, because people tend to kind of correlate the two, like, oh, you just hate the actors. Like, no. We love the actors.
No. I don't even hate the characters. I like the characters.
We even said it when we did Megaforce. We was like, no, we don't hate the actors in Megaforce. Right. It's just they had to work with what they were given. It just is
like,
what the fuck it is.
I'm Izzy Gang. What the fuck you talking about? Fuck you mean, bitch?
Yeah, so it's like the actors in Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury, we love them because it's like, look, they work with what they were given. It just is what the fuck it is.
God bless Champagne Poppy.
And look, they had lines out the ass at Power Morphicon, all of them, and I love that for them.
Good looking cast, by the way. Those fine looking kids. Great
looking cast. Look, I love them. Look, our boy, former Red Ranger, bro, his family was
Champagne
there.
Poppy.
Yeah, Champagne Poppy.
Oh, Champagne Poppy was there, bro. Oh,
bro, his younger brother looks just like them. He could be his stunt double on the fucking show. The genes are strong in that goddamn family. His family came there, and I was like, because at first I was like, is that him? That's his brother? Holy shit! And I saw his mom and dad. I was like, god damn, the genes are strong in that family. Like,
which had the more force, the mom or the dad?
The mom, a little bit.
Oh, Okay.
Lean's a little stronger. You can see dad a little bit in him too, but like the mom is a little strong. But but
Oh,
nah, his brother, it was like a spitting image. Only difference is his brother had glasses on. It's like you take the glasses off, it's like that's him, like right there.
for flashback scenes. Here you go.
There you go. It's like Clark Kent, Superman, kind of like if Clark Kent and Superman were like separate entities. In a sense.
I saw
Hold
that
up.
movie.
Yeah, that was that Superman 3?
Was that 4? Wasn't it when he got split in the?
Four
Was it 4?
was radioactive, man. I think it was 3. I think it was 3 because that was the one with
With the not Brainiac?
um
With
black
Richard
guy.
Pryor? Which one was Richard
Richard,
Pryor?
Richard Pryor, yeah, because he had the fake kryptonite that he made out of tar
Yeah,
that
with
splits
the
yeah, so it was 3. It was
female
3.
not Brainiac. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
3. It was 3. God damn, you're right. That was not Brainiac. Fuck.
Fun
I
fact,
hate
it
you,
was supposed
bro.
to be.
Now
No,
I
it was
gotta go
supposed to be.
back.
It was supposed to be.
It
Yeah.
was? It was? I didn't know that.
No, it was supposed to be Brainiac, but I forgot why they didn't do Brainiac. Like that was the intent.
I really didn't know that was supposed to be Brainiac. I swear to God, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. They really were going to do that. Damn, I didn't know that. That's good tidbit information here.
Yeah, I forgot why they didn't have it be Brainiac. Probably some stupid shit. Who knows? Who remembers?
But let me ask you this before we move on to B Fighter Kabuto. We were having a conversation. It was me and a couple other people. It was like on a Sunday, and we were talking about like, damn, like it would be nice if they somehow were able to find the actors from Mystic Knights of Tyrannog. And I remember I sat there and was like, oh, Mystic Knights of Tyrannog. Now there's a show I haven't heard in years.
Amateurs.
And I was really sitting back and I was like, I'm still confounded. I think me and you just kind of gave up. I'm still confounded on like, so what's the licensing situation here to get that shit on DVD? Like, I really need to know. I really would love to know what is the fuck is going on. Because it's like, if you can get Superhuman Samurai on DVD, if you can get Beetleborgs and VR Troopers, I'm really kind of Mass Rider. I get because there's just a lot of fucking the licensing and shit on Mass Rider.
Yeah, like there's like at least with Mass Rider, there's at least like 6 hands in that cookie jar.
J, Zeo, Black. Black RX,
right.
It's like too much.
Right, you gotta go through Ishinomori, you gotta go through TV Arashi, you gotta go through Toei, you gotta go through Bandai, you gotta go through whoever holds the Saban library license. So like it's a lot of shit going on. So I get that.
Mystic Knights though, I'm just like, what the who owns it?
Last I heard, like, wasn't it some company in Germany that has the rights? Because who had gotten that box set that got released? I think we were
talking because I think a while back when we did the Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters and stuff, and we were talking about. I think we brought it up, and I think you brought it up. It was some German company that had the licensing for it, but we don't know if they still hold it to this day. And I was like, Dad, that would be like something that I hope Discotech magically gets it for some reason. That would be nice.
I mean, I would take it to go on. Who has the rights to the cookie jar, the Deke library? Where is that at now?
I don't know, because I know Discotech, they put out.
Yeah, they've been releasing Deke shit. Yeah,
Street Sharks.
Come out with Street Sharks. Yeah.
Street Sharks.
Did they also announce Sherlock Holmes in the 21st Century, or did I dream that up?
Sherlock Holmes 21st Century. What the fuck is the other show? Cyber 6.
Cyber 6. Yep. They just got
Cyber 6. That's on Blu-ray. That's on Blu-ray.
And they also announced what's that other one? Extreme Dinosaurs.
Extreme Dinosaurs is on Blu-ray too. So I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Discotech Discotech seems to me they find some way to get obscure shows and figure out who owns the license to them and go from there. Because I know I forgot the name of the company I was talking to them because they were there. They have the toy license for Biker Mice from Mars. And Niotech. Niotech owns the toy license for Biker Mice from Mars, and they putting out toys for that. And I asked the guys there, like, hey, so SWAT Cats, y'all thinking about doing toys? And it's like, funny enough, we might be trying to see if we can get SWAT Cats for toys. And I'm like, that's an untapped market. That would be great.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Hey, look, hope comes in small doses. I'm not gonna, put high hopes on it, but it'd be nice. It would be nice for sure. So but now yeah, we'll see. We will see. So B Fighter Kabuto, we're finally here. So B Fighter Kabuto, it's a show, much like Kamen Rider Black RX. It's a sequel series, which that's a rarity in Toku to get something that's a sequel series to a previous show like that and stuff. I mean, Kamen Rider,
I would
V3
say it's
aside,
uncommon. It's uncommon.
yeah, it's uncommon. Takes place 5 years after B Fighter. Earth is at peace and such. And the Earth Academy is now the Cosmo Academy now. And the previous cast that was previous cast of B Fighters, they are now pretty much the top leaders of said Cosmo Academy, and they are pretty much forming their own new B Fighter squad. And there's a new threat. And for my money, I feel this season, this series, to me, I've never seen a team have to go through so much shit, especially from a villain faction.
First of all, I know I talked a little briefly about like how Black RX, the Golgum, they're like, not the Golgum, the Crisis Empire.
Yeah.
Their thing was like they were always backstabbing each other, and like they could have won a long time ago if they weren't all so self-serving dickheads.
Yeah.
But fucking the Melzard, Mother Melzard, that bitch, that she gotta be the prototype for the queen from fucking Go-Go 5, bro, because she was on some dirty ass time in there in that whole show.
I mean, and that's not even counting. That's not even factoring in her fucking the darkness, her generals, her sons, her children, who they have their own set of like feeling some way, because earlier in the season, before the generals come in, 2 of her generals get killed, and then they get resurrected later on in the show, and the generals are feeling some way like, hold on, I thought we were your go-to guys. Why are you going to them? Okay, I see how this is.
I knew she was some bullshit when she was telepathically talking to the dinosaur one.
Yeah.
And told him to go do this, and then telepathically talked to the fish one and told him to go do that. I'm like, you dirty bitch. You like, if you do this for me, I'll automatically select you, my son, to be my successor. He's like, for real, mama? She's like, yeah. You, son, if you do this for me, I'll automatically select you to be my successor. You dirty lying bitch.
But no, I do, again, the villain factions in these shows, I would say just in Toku in general, when it's good and juicy and messy, it's great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It makes for great just drama across the board, because it's like it goes past just, all right, good guys, bad guys, and that's it. It's like, no, these generals and even her lieutenants before the generals come into the picture, they're all kind of willing and dealing their own way of like trying to like be at the forefront of it. And it's fun to watch because it's at the expense of the heroes, and they gotta fucking take shit from what the villains are trying to do. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. I dig this.
Right. And it's so funny because same thing with like the fucking Crisis Empire. Like, y'all could have probably won a long time ago if you weren't such fucking ass bags. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so our group of the B Fighters, we have our hero, Koei, who is a high schooler. I do enjoy the fact that he's the reluctant hero, because off rip, when he gets the transformation item and stuff, he was like, hold up, I'm in high school, I gotta study for the college exams, I can't be a hero. Like, and granted, we've seen this happen before in other shows, but like this was kind of funny seeing it where it's like, all right, cool, I'm a hero, but I gotta study for college exams. I can't be a hero. What are you talking about? And he's like the most overachieving athlete in this. Like, the first episode solidifies, it's like this dude does everything. Soccer,
if doing too much was a person,
bruh. Like, how do you have time to study and have a social life? He doesn't.
He did not. We watched the show. He did not. his dumb ass did not. Which is really funny because one of the producers, when they were planning Kabuto, because like B-Fires was very popular. It was very popular.
Oh yeah. Huge.
And so when they were going for the sequel show, the proposed main characters, they looked at them and said they were too similar to the first set So to change it up, they just randomly not randomly, but they made one of them a high schooler to have a different dynamic with the other two.
Yeah, because the other two are pretty much like young adults that are
Yeah,
just
they're
like,
just
all
like,
right, that worked at Cosmo Academy, and they're like, all right, I guess we're the new guys, and they were looking for a third one, and he ends up getting it because he has a lot of emotions.
The fighting spirit. He has that burning passion.
Yeah, the passion, the fighting spirit for the Beetle to just fly out the fucking lab and go straight to him, and it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Now, what tripped me out watching the show, bro, is like I said, he's a high school student, and we have these two young adults who work for the academy. It's like, why are y'all constantly hanging out with this motherfucker? Like, don't go to work, man. Why are y'all at the high school kicking it with him and his sister?
Do you work?
Doing?
Do you work? Because every day,
don't you have a job, bro? Why are you hanging out with high school?
I just assume the academy is paying them so they can just do whatever the fuck they want. I'm guessing
they were constantly at their school. I was like, what are we doing here?
Also, y'all like 20-something years. Y'all 20-something years old. Why are you hanging out with 14, 15-year-olds? 16. I'll say max 16-year-olds. Max 16.
Max 16, because I think he was about to graduate.
He's about. So I'll say he's about 17, 18, maybe. But still,
like, Rand, why y'all hanging around? You trying to catch a case? You got a weird case. Why you around? What's going
on? Like I said, holdovers from the last season. We get the previous 3 B fighters and stuff. They even team up for like it's like a 3-episode arc. I think it was
what tripped me out, bro, is like they got that 3-episode arc, right? Well,
yeah,
Takio was there at the beginning, right? To pass the torch from him.
Yeah, because he's basically kind of like O-Red in Gokaiger, where he was like leader. He was pretty much the general of the O Rangers, essentially. Like he got pretty much a promotion essentially, and that's the same thing here. You know.
So what tripped me out watching the show, bro, is like they get that 3-episode arc, right? It's like, okay, that was a cool little mid show thing. Then these motherfuckers keep coming back. I'm like, you mean saying we got all this footage of them fighting with and fighting against the Kabuto team and fighting against monsters from Kabuto, which like it just made me angry all over again. With like, so you mean saying we couldn't get this in Beetleborgs, man? We couldn't
Beetleborgs Metallics,
bro. We couldn't, like, the fact that at
that's
no
money.
point,
that's money,
bro. The fact that at no point during Beetleborgs they're making that shit, they didn't look at that footage and go, we can do this, we can do a version of this. It's like that shows me like they didn't understand anything about Toku and they didn't understand nothing about comic books. They just wanted to make their fucking softcore Universal Monster frat show. Like, fuck out of here.
Hey, look, gotta pour one out for Sage Guru because bro, that 3-episode arc with it ending with him getting killed. I mean, spoilers, but like him getting killed, it was like, oh shit, like, because I'm thinking, all right, he's another holdover from the previous series. All right, he's gonna probably be the Zordon and whatever. And it's like, oh, they're doing, because they were doing a lot of stuff with this character. Because I'm thinking, all right, he's here, but he probably ain't gonna really be. And it's like, oh, he actually is all right, cool. He all right, cool. Got you.
Did you peep the update to the costume? He had all those gray hairs now.
Well, yeah, 5 years later, gotta get him, make him older and stuff.
Distinguish, like, he can't be a silver fox. Like, what the equivalent of?
Can't go full silver. You never go full silver. All right, you
never go. Had the little streaks, a couple little curls in there.
I like it. Dude, it'd be like if Larago, if they did a Turbo revisit and Larago is like has gray hair and shit, and his son is like young.
Yeah, no. Larago comes back 6'5". Like, what up, Rangers? As my species ages, we get taller and older.
Side note, I find it funny that they just said fuck off of Larago in Power Ranger lore. Like, he is never seen again.
I don't even think he's missing.
Not even Countdown to Destruction. They didn't even show Larago there. I was like, fuck. So fuck Larago, huh? All right, cool.
Right. Damn. Fuck you, Keymaster. Give me that goddamn flute.
Give me
that. Fuck out of here.
Just punt him out of here. Just
goddamn Master of the Universe reject looking ass.
Saban really thought he had something. He really thought he was cooking with Larago. I mean, in theory, sure.
He looked at probably looked at Depu and like, yo, we can't have a alien with a big ass head and a backwards baseball cap. We can't do that. I know what we'll do. This is the alternative y'all came up with for real. Oh, okay.
It's like they took the costume from Master Universe and just did the Saban refurbish, and just said, "Boom, here you go." There you go.
I was like, I didn't think it was possible to have lazy animatronics, but here we are.
Here we are. Look,
Here we
look,
are.
look. This is why we praise Disney and Doggy Kruger, because that's an upgrade. Because Saban would have been like, "Hey, give me that Japan suit. We'll make it work." Not to say that the Japan suit ain't bad. It's actually pretty good too. It's just both have their merits. But Saban would have been like, "Nah, we ain't spending money. Go on ahead and give me that Japan suit. Call it a day."
Gone. Give me that brush for it too. It's all good. Steam clean it first though.
Sir, that's too much money. He ain't gonna steam clean that shit. Come on now.
My bad.
It's too much money.
My fault. Take it out back with the hose.
Dude, that's why I was looking at Saban. I'm like, if Saban actually did Elder Guru or a variation of it, and like I can see it fitting with the Universal Monsters where he's just chilling in the mansion, but I think that would have been too much money right there if they did throw him in the show.
I mean, like, and then you
it could work in theory, but like
you can't even argue about like, oh well, it costs too much money. I'm like, y'all got like 6 niggas in monsters costumes. Like, what are we doing? What
you got not Jay Leno in the Universal Monster Squad.
The not Jay Leno and the not Mod Squad. Get the fuck out of here. They're the bootleg creature commandos over here, man. Come on now.
It is kind of wild to me, like, because even in Big Bad Beetleborgs, I will give Beetleborg Metallics this, is that they at least kept the generals intact and stuff. Obviously, different actors, mostly and stuff.
Mostly.
And look, the makeup on them were pretty good too. It matched up with the show, so it's kind of interesting seeing like Dinosaur Warrior, like his whole arc, because he's in the whole show from like beginning to end.
Right, basically. Like that that little arc he went on about his my pride, my honor.
Yeah, I mean, look,
him and old Scorpion Boy.
Yeah, was it Insect Swordsman?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a chick. That chick.
That chick. I'm talking about the Bee Crusher.
Oh yeah, Bee Crusher. They had an interesting dynamic, didn't they?
Man, listen. So, fun fact about that shit. So, we were supposed to get a third Bee Fighter show.
Really?
Yeah. So, Bee Fighter was like, Bee Fighter, y'all. Listen. Dude. Come in. Lean in. Bee Fighter was extremely popular. Like, it was
prime. Just, I want people to understand something. Okay. You have the core Bee Fighters. You have the auxiliary fucking fighters. So that's 4. Plus the fucking damn evil generals. So that's 3, 4, 7. That's 11. That's 11 toys right there alone. And that's not even counting the fucking monsters. I can see how you're making a lot of money hand over fist with all. And that's, and also the fucking 2 Zord like characters and the fucking. Dude, this shit, I can see how they made a lot of money off this shit. It's so much.
Well, CJ, I said Bee Fighter was very popular. Kabuto, on the other hand,
what was it?
Was not as much. So we were supposed to get a third show. Yeah, we're supposed to get a third show. And the concept they were going to go with was going to be like the Great Insect War. But when production staff and the toy team got together, they figured it would be too difficult to do. And so they incorporated those elements into the second half of Kabuto. However, by that time, Kabuto wasn't as popular as Bee Fighter. So the third show was scrapped altogether and they went with Kabutak instead.
Yeah,
now
Yeah. That probably explains why the second half they kept mentioning about the fucking war and wars afoot. Because so the auxiliary fighters, the first one is Wendy Mack from America, played by Ruben Langdon, who he was at Power Morphicon. Great guy, love him. He does the mocap and voice for Dante and Devil May Cry. It's great. I look all the suits I love. I mean, hell, even watching it in Big Bad Beetleborgs and Beetleborgs Metallics. I love Beetleborgs Metallics. I don't know why I keep saying Big Bad Beetleborg Metallics. I love the suit designs and stuff, but like him being an American, that's part of the American branch of the Cosmo Academy is interesting because that's something else that they show in this show is like the second half when it starts at like episode, at least for me, episode 25 all the way through the end, which is pretty much the second half of the show. It's like nonstop. Like anytime they introduce a auxiliary B Fighter. It's like a 2 episode thing where they're fighting the villain, the generals and stuff, and they get new weapons and they keep mentioning the war and stuff. It's like literal, like every episode, there's some shit going on that hits to the lore. To your point, like I said, it looked like they definitely did take that third B Fighter show ideas and they just cranked it up to like 100 in the second half of this show because it's like, holy fuck, y'all guys really are just going all in on this lore. Okay, shit.
Yeah, they locked the fuck in.
Yeah, I look, and I will say this: my only gripe, if you can call it gripe, it's more so a nitpicking gripe. I felt like they kind of bounced back and forth on the generals and how deadly they were because when they first pop up, they are fucking giving it to the fucking B fighters. But then, like,
the B crushers,
yeah, the B crushers. But like, then it'd be a next episode where one of the B fighters would just fight them and just be fucking beating the shit out of them. I'm like, well, like the other episode, they were fucking giving them work. What's going on here? It was a little inconsistent, I don't
WWE.
know. Yeah. It's kind of like, okay, so you guys could clearly hand these because it wasn't to the level of what I thought it was going to be, where like the Psycho Rangers, where they were very consistent on them putting their foot up the fucking Rangers' ass like every single time they saw them, kind of vibe. And I didn't really get that vibe here because it was just up and down, and it kind of felt like it was just servicing to whatever they needed to do for the episode, which isn't a bad thing. It was just kind of like it would have been nice to kind of see that consistency a little bit on that end, so but yeah, to what me and Prime are saying, the crux of this show is really based off the villains and their wheeling and dealings, which is again great character work across the board. In your eyes, going back to what you were saying about Kabuto like not being as popular, do you think it's because they put so many characters in it instead of just focusing on just the core group?
I can't really say because like it started off pretty strong. Well, and this is my opinion.
Yes,
the show started off pretty strong. It had some of the same flavor as B Fighter, but somewhere like along the round, like I don't know, maybe it lost steam. Like I know a lot of the same staff from B Fighter worked on Kabuto, but if I'm not mistaken, one of the head directors and producers, I think they jumped shipped and I think they went to do Car Ranger again. Somebody please check my math.
Yeah, because this came out around the same time as Car Ranger, right?
Right. So I don't think it had as strong a unifying vision. And also, to be honest, it was also coming off the back of the Black Beat storyline, which is like one of the all-time tier fucking Toku storylines. Like it is up there. Like that shit is dope. And a lot of that show was carried by Black Beat in that dynamic and interest. And there wasn't really, really anything of equal quality. Like I said, like Mother Mazard, wheeling and dealing her sons was interesting, but I don't think it played up to that strength.
The Beat Crushers could have been on that level, but it just felt like they kind of
like you said, they got jobbed out.
Yeah, it's like they could have,
which is unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they could have, but it was just like, hey, we have these other plot lines, and we got to get this insect war started. And it's like, damn, so y'all just undercutted the fuck out of your stuff, and it's like, all right, cool.
Right. And I did like how when they were doing like the lore dump with the astral sword and all that shit, how it all linked back together with the first show, like everything tied together, like. But like watching it go, and I was like, did it really need to be like that tight of a bow on it though? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was convenience, so to speak.
Basically. Right. Like, so the war between these motherfuckers then caused, I don't know. So like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I did, like I said, I did like the action set pieces. I think the first episode when they're in the submarine and they come upon the villains and stuff, I did like their intro because they come in like hot invasion and everything.
Literally.
Invasion and everything. Like the first monster they fight, it's like a woolly mammoth and it's freezing everybody and shit. And it's like, oh, okay, so we're actually doing this. Okay. And I thought it was going to be like they freeze them and everybody dies, but it's like, no, they just freeze and then they defeat the monster. Everybody just is unfrozen. I'm like,
come on, man. What you want? You want to blood that early on? Now, what I will say, like, that fight kind of annoyed me a little bit because I'm like, so you mean tell me this teenager with no armor tanking them shits, he tanking the tackles, and he's tanking the ice blast? Really? Okay.
My man got speared by the fucking thing and didn't even nothing. It was just like,
Right. I'm like, damn. Family jewels big as fuck, I see. All right.
Oh man.
Oh, and how you feel with the episode when it turned out that the Coaga was supposed to be gold, but he didn't get it activated and he was feeling some type of way about that shit?
I mean, look, I knew that they were going to circle back to that, especially with old boy getting it in the first episode, because I was like, they're going to revisit this because you know somebody there was going to be like, the fuck is this? Why couldn't I get it? Why does this kid get it? The fuck? I got spirit.
Like, I got gumption and gumshoe.
It's like, I like the cut of this kid's jib. I'm going to him.
Right.
Oh man, like it is what it is and stuff. Funny enough, I think Discotech is going to probably end up doing both B fighters at some point. I just thought about that just now.
Bro, I'm posting that Kratos meme. Discotech release both B fighters and My Life Is Yours.
What did it cost you? Everything.
Was it worth it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Would you have to give up Power Rangers? Oh, that's a fair trade.
And I'm like, yes, it's worth it. Yeah, that's fine.
It's a fair trade.
I can sleep easy on that.
No Power Rangers, but I get B Fighter and B Fighter Kabuto. All right, cool. That's cool.
Yeah, sure,
that's
fine. What else you want?
what else you need?
What else you need? Keep tossing it in there. So how'd you feel about that episode where Homeboy was basically saying, fuck them insect kids?
Dude, I had the perfect gift. Hold on, I gotta see if I still have that picture. It was basically I forgot who the actor was, but it had "fuck them kids" at the bottom of it and stuff. I forgot it was an Asian actor, and it had the Jordan "fuck them kids" thing. I was like, that would be perfect for this. I gotta find it, but like
that shit was mad funny. He was like, so we're gonna go destroy this forest land and evacuate citizens here, and it's like, could you not do that? And he's like, could you shut the fuck up and let me do my job? It's like, what about the life that already lives here? Fuck them kids.
It's like, why do I give a shit about them? I'm trying to, this is self-preservation. What are we doing here? Like, nah. Which, hey, look, I'll say,
what tripped me out. Then what tripped me out is the insects was like, oh, word? Well, we take that power armor back then. Y'all be blessed.
Bless up.
Well, wait, what's going on? Like, we can't.
Dude, they pulled the animus on their ass.
Right. It's like, oh, it's like that.
Oh, you don't want to recycle? Go ahead and take that power back from me, buddy.
Let me get the B commanders real quick. All right.
Today you're gonna learn a lesson, and the lesson is: can you fight without the armor? That's the question.
What it is, and then the end of the episode. It's not funny. It's not fucking funny. It's actually
supposed to be serious.
It's actually teaching a very important lesson about coexistence and tolerance. It's actually very.
No, I mean that's been the thing even for B fighters, like the coexistence of humans and insects. It's like, hey, like you said, tolerance and all that. It's like, come on.
But at the end, when he's about to fall into the fucking lava, wow. I just realized now, just talking about this out of context must sound fucking crazy. But at the end of the episode, when he's about to fall in the lava, and the fucking beetles made the little chain to catch his hand and keep him from falling, but then they died in the flames. It's like they sacrificed themselves for me. It's like, what the?
Did they though?
Did they though?
Look, man,
I'm like, so what's the takeaway here? What is the lesson they're trying to get the kids to learn from this?
Look, I'll say this, like, and maybe that I think everything I'm watching in Kabuto, even though it has its issues, that's the reason why I think a lot of us want Power Rangers to have the same energy. Like, yo, be stupid like this sometimes. Yes, be serious. Tell you, like, do this shit because that's what makes it funny. Because look, I know a lot of people don't like Wild Force, but like for my money, Animus being a dick was like, yes, do that, please. Him taking the Rangers' powers away, like, yeah, you guys ain't doing your job, so I'm gonna take your powers and y'all go ahead and bless up and learn a lesson from this. I'm like, god damn, like, just gonna take the powers? Hold on, you muted.
I said Anna Dick, baby. And that's my thing. It's like it's a that's what it kills me, because it's the same issue with like comic books. Like you can have the dark, serious moments. You can also have like the levity. Like you have to have that balancing act, because it has to be that those three H's. Was it heart, humor, humanity? Like those things
Yeah,
can all coexist together. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I mean,
It's
yeah,
just about knowing when to. It's like a scale. Know when to balance it out. Know when to pour more here. Know when to pour more there. And like,
dude, the visuals of this movie, the visual of this show that had me rolling. At one point, the fucking bee crushers are shooting at the elder, and I
word.
was fucking yeah, when they were
Oh,
shooting at him and shit, I was like,
oh.
are they really shooting them? Like, god
You
damn,
mean
like
when they had him crucified?
I was like, yo, are they got this motherfucker yo, like
At the amusement park, bro. That's the part that tripped me out. I'm like, really,
you couldn't
really,
find no
y'all?
other place. Y'all could have went to a quarry and did this shit. You went to the
Really, y'all?
amusement park.
At Disneyland, y'all shoot my man's up in front of the roller coasters? Damn, that's fucked up. That's a cold world, man. In front of my salad. It's a cruel world, man. It's a cruel world.
Dog, not even that. The base, again, tail end of the series, the base explodes. Where I was like, well, I didn't see that coming. They just blew up the fucking base. All right, shit. Y'all really going all out on this. This is it kind of vibe. Because like I said, what you mentioned earlier about like they're not doing a third B fighter. It was like, I guess this is their way of saying we're gonna go all out and we're just gonna destroy the base. All right, cool.
Right. Oh, they got in there, dude. That whole episode was funny as fuck. When like the countdown and the mentor dude was like, it's got 5 minutes to blow. And they were like standing there for 10 minutes, and the old girl came in the room. I'm like, what's this, the Planet Namek countdown? What are we doing here?
I feel every show does that shit where it's like it's gonna blow up in 5 minutes, and like you said, it'd be like, but y'all was sitting here for like 20 minutes. Like this is like
right.
Like the math ain't mathing here on this. Like
I'm like, I know dramatic time, space, whatever, but like, bro, first of all, who was it? Was it who came? Like, wasn't it who? There was like somebody came in the room first, right? He told him to get out of there. Then
yeah,
they left. Then his sick sister, who, by the way, where the fuck was the medical staff? Like, she was being operated on.
medical staff said, "Fuck this, we're out.
I was like,
we're done.
Red alert. Let me get my my Heelys on.
Go wash my
Catch y'all
hands."
later. Right.
It's like we're not just fixing her up. What the fuck's going on here? Like,
see y'all at Chili's at happy hour. Down the street we go.
got that blooming onion. It's crazy.
You ever tried the sauce, man? It's really good. You know, maybe dip a mozzarella stick too. So she comes in there and he's like, you gotta go. You gotta upload the our computer sidekick here and leave. And I'm like, so wait a minute. So like the countdown is going for 5 minutes. This broad got a time to stand there in 1990s internet speeds and download
56K
wirelessly, by the way. Let me remind you, wirelessly, by the way, on that little Palm Pilot. Download the little sidekick, dude. Then leave the base. I seen the layout. The fucking command center is way at the back of that fucking base.
We don't question distance when there's a sense of urgency. Distance does not matter at this point. It just doesn't.
My bad. You right.
Just say it. But that everything we're saying, it's indicative of what the show is. It has the high, like I said, the second half, at least for my money, is where you get, I guess, a good crux of the high drama. Mm-hmm. And they really, and like I said, there is room for wacky stuff, but like that's where all the high drama with the bee crushers, the villain faction infighting, you know, what's her face, like the queen literally fucking doing her wheeling dealing shit, even with the astral saber and the axe. The axe. Remember the episode where both the astral saber and the axe, all of a sudden they just stopped working completely. They turned to stone, and they were all like, "The fuck's going on here? Why is it not working anymore?" And I'm like, I mean,
who's to say? Who's to say? I also love how old girl. Did you see when her sons got revived and they came back with those supercharged up forms, and then they realized, like, if they work together, again, metaphor, message, if they work together, they can create monsters too, right? They just put aside their differences and shit. And did you see how fucking pressed she was about that shit? She was like, "Oh, wait a minute now.
They actually figured it out.
They won't need me, so I got to throw a wrench in that shit."
It's like they're getting a little too powerful here. We gotta get them
Hold on,
out of it. We gotta.
they getting a little too comfortable with each other. I don't like that shit.
I think that was like, what was it? Yeah, 37. It was Darkness Beast. It was like a bird, hybrid
Yeah,
monster.
the first time they combine their power, like, oh, we can do that. Oh,
Oh,
okay,
dude, that monster was literally on some fucking Jason shit when it was just fucking grab just. I'm like, oh shit!
man,
Like,
putting boots to asses. Oh, speaking of putting boots to asses, how did you feel about that fucking was it episode 44, 45, where they did the fucking anti-kamikaze episode where Kohei was talking that good shit about some like, oh, I just be a B fighter or go down a history book and I'll go down fight no matter what. And it's like, hey, how about you don't throw your life away needlessly, you dumb bastard?
I mean, look, he wouldn't be a hero if he didn't throw his life away. That's some Carter Grayson shit. Except you're not Carter Grayson, sir.
Bro, the fucking intersect with the kids and he realized, wait, am I conditioning these kids to be suicide prone?
First off, Prime. To put it in Gundam terms, it's like the kids in the kids saluting the fucking RX-78 and shit, and then they just go into their deaths later on in the episode. Them GMs.
Oh, from Thunderbolt. Oh man, that's so fucking good. That's
basically the kids in this show. Like, am I teaching the kids to just, like you said, are we teaching the kids to just kill themselves for the greater good?
right.
Yes.
Hit him with that damn Godzilla -1. It's like, don't throw your life away for the government. Don't do that shit. Don't do that.
Which, by the way, Godzilla -1, the greatest.
Sensational.
Love it. Sensational. They pulled a Tony Stark. They built it in a cave with scraps. Oh man. Look. These are great times. Again, to be a Toku fan. It's a great time.
We are living in
We're
an
eating.
age of abundance. Age of abundance.
To think I have kids and I'd be like, kids, I'm about to show you greatness, and this greatness is Kamen Rider Black on Blu-ray. Sit down.
We're gonna watch a little show called Kamen Rider Kuga.
Really? When did this come out, Dad? Well, I saw it when I was a young adult, but it came out back in the early 2000s.
I saw it back then.
I briefly saw it back then. I wasn't like knee deep in it back then.
Had a really good friend in Japan who was sending me VHS tapes.
Dude, you know what's crazy? When Beetleborgs Metallics came out, I remember somebody had uploaded clips of Kabuto on like Real Player, like the MPEG, the QuickTime MPEGs and shit. And because that I think that's on top of kind of like watching Zyuranger, that kind of sparked my interest in like because I didn't know it was based off Metal Hero. So like I didn't know Metal Hero was like another like part of the four corners of Toku and stuff at that point. So seeing clips of Kabuto, I was like, this is a lot different than what we were getting in Beetleborgs Metallics. I'm curious, and just for years, and it wasn't until shout out to Blackwing for this, when he gave me the links for like the site that actually had like B Fighter Kabuto, because I think I had asked about it on Twitter. And I was like, damn, it'd be nice to get this. And Blackwing was like, oh, here you go. And I was like, oh shit, really? Cool. And I just boom, watched it. And I was like, this is way better than when I was watching with Beetleborgs. And that's even with respect to Beetleborgs doing his own thing. Like, you know, it's kind of like when you watch Space Sheriff and Just Beyond and all that stuff. It's like, wow, this is like a big difference from what VR Troopers was doing. And you kind of just get locked in on it and stuff. So, but I mean, that was kind of how it was with this show and stuff. Like I said, I enjoyed, for better or worse, a lot of the story elements they were doing. Because again, it's ambitious. It's like King Oja, where you're like, you can appreciate the ambitiousness of what they were trying to do. Some of it doesn't hit, but when it does work, it works. Like I said, just the characters, like I said, the Crushers finally realizing, well, if we work together, we can actually do some stuff. And it's like, oh, great. Now you get the self-fulfilling prophecy. All right, cool. But then when it doesn't work, it's like, all right, cool. I see why you're not the most popular one. So, you know, much like anything else, though, I am curious if Toei is ever going to revisit Metal Hero at any point in time, but I doubt it.
You know, I don't think so. I feel like a lot of the things that Metal Hero did, they just kind of incorporated that into Sentai and Kamen Rider.
Yeah, 'cause I think Space Sheriff is probably the only one that they really revisit to like small degrees. I think they pop up, they show up in like a lot of the stuff like Deca Ranger and shit like that.
Space Squad, like I would kill for some more Space Squad movies, man.
Yeah. I mean, even when we were talking about earlier with Windspector, it's like you kind of understand because I mean, Metal Hero, like we said in Space Sheriff Gavin, um, we were saying Metal Heroes basically filling the void of no Kamen Rider throughout like the 90s. So when you don't have like one segment of Toku, you have something filling the void, and then all of a sudden, boom, Kamen Rider comes back with was it Kuga?
Yes.
Yeah, Kuga came back. It was kind of like, well, we don't need Metal Hero anymore, and then Metal Hero was done effectively. Because I think what was the last one? Because you said it was Kabuto.
Yeah, because Kabutek, then Robutek.
Yeah. So once those were done, it was kind of like, well, Kamen Rider's coming back. Do we really need Metal Hero anymore? Nah, we're good. And then the most you got was the Space Sheriff solo movies after that, and that was about it. So it would be nice to see them revisit the B Fighter shows in some way, shape, or form. Because I think one of the characters showed up in another. Hold on, what character show? Hold up, because I think.
I know there was a
yeah.
clip.
Yeah, he popped up in Kabuto.
Yeah, they both Blue Beat and Gold. Blue Beat and Kabuto popped up in Kabutek and had a Beetle special. Also, that short scene in Space Squad that had Blue Beat and Kabuto walking side by side was like when they had we can recruit some more members. I'm like, can we get please?
Yeah, they were in that. I think they weren't in that Q Ranger versus Space Squad movie.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Like I said, with the end, they were talking about they can recruit more members, and they did like a real quick montage of a bunch of space themed Toku heroes.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a genre in of itself that would actually do it more than anything else. I mean,
I mean, come on, man. Y'all got the Toei Tokusatsu fan club right there, man. Give me what I want.
Did you have a fave B Fighter suit, including the Beat Crushers? Did you have a fave out all?
I love them all. But I would have to say probably my favorites would probably be Kabuto, and it would probably be the Papalion. What was the Japanese name?
The
French chick.
Oh, was it was it Agio? Yeah, I got something like that. Yeah, I forgot she was French. I thought she was straight up Japanese. To be honest, I assumed.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, it is kind of wild though. Just going back to
the character's Japanese. Yeah, character's Japanese.
Okay, it's kind of wild to me that watching Forever Red, they just used all those auxiliary fighters as part of the generals, but they used the green one. I'm starting to get where you're coming at with that one, Prime. I'm like, it's kind of racist. Can't really put my finger on it, but that was a choice,
right? Like all them suits, all them bad guy suits you could have used. Like you could have used
the Beat Crushers.
You didn't even have to use a single Beetleborg suit. You could have just used the Beat Crushers, like because it would have matched with fucking Black Beat. Like,
oh yeah, it would have been dope as shit. Maybe they didn't have access to the suits, bro. I don't
know. Fascinating. I feel like that was a deliberate choice.
Oh man, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a memorial edition of the B Fighter Kabuto changers.
Yeah, they just did regular B Fighter.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did regular B Fighter for it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do that one for that one though, for sure.
I don't know, man. I wasn't feeling their gun as much as I was feeling the B Fighter ones.
Yeah, it felt okay. That one I would agree because it did feel like a downgrade a little bit. Now, granted, when they got like the power up auxiliaries that they add to the guns and stuff, because again, you got to sell toys in some way, shape, or form.
Got to sell them toys, baby.
Got to sell them toys. I was digging it because I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can dig this idea, but the guns by themselves, it's like, so we went from a fucking RoboCop gun and B Fighter to like a pistol in this one. Like,
And like the car system, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Now I
well,
do
you
like
gotta
when they
sell
got the.
toys. You know.
I do like that when they get the upgraded version. They had that spiel about how powerful the gun was, and like he had to know when to yield that power. I'm like, yes, teach the kids responsibility.
Because you know he doesn't care about responsibilities. You know this.
Right. No, I mean teach the kids, not him. I want to teach the kids about.
Come on, kids and responsibilities. Prime in the show. Come on now.
Right when he one here to quit that monster that just got vaporized, I was like, oh shit. The gun never did that ever again. The rest of the show, it didn't. It didn't work like that no more.
Oh yeah. Side note: the Geats Bujin sword from Toku Collectibles. I might have to get that. That shit's actually life size. I'm like, and it makes sound effects too when it opens and sheaths and stuff. I'm like,
speaking of, where is this figure art?
I mean, Prime, you're asking very good questions, and I don't mean to, tell you this, but Johnny Toei told me you're gonna have to shut the hell up on that one. Just wait.
Oh, sumi my sin, senpai.
Granted, Johnny Toei ain't gonna be able to tell us to shut the hell up anymore, especially if they're trying to expand themselves into America. So he has no choice but to say yes to money.
How long ago was that? 3 years? We still over here waiting?
No, that was
ain't doing shit.
No. That's COVID years. It was actually earlier this year that we got that announcement. So next year it'll be like TikTok. What's happening, Toei? What's going on here? I thought you were trying to make your invasion in America happen. So
we'll see. We'll see.
We'll probably get a discotheque announcement of B Fighter before that fucking happens at this rate.
I apologize for who I'll become. I will apologize.
Brian, why are you apologizing? I'll be that person. Like, you goddamn right. Like,
with the whole chest, yes, sir.
Like, let's go. It's like, what are you excited for? B Fighter. Oh, that Japanese show? Yes.
You're damn right. You're damn skipping.
It's like, get the fuck out of here. I am a proponent of physical releases. Give me my goddamn physical release.
Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
That's exactly how me and you are. Every time discotheque, we wait for them to release something. Where's my goddamn electric car discotheque?
Where's my goddamn discotheque?
It's like, oh, here we go. We're sorry. Apologies.
Right now, no, for real. I'm that way now because I'm still waiting for the Japanese version of Digimon Season 2.
Oh, you know what's happening. You know what's happening.
Like, where's my shit? I just got the American dub. Where's the Japanese one, bro?
Yeah, I just got my American dub too. Yeah. Look. When they give us all the Digimon seasons, I'm gonna be like, yes.
I'm gonna pull the Grunkle stand on y'all asses.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it, because it's a show here. Speaking of something that may be making a comeback, this is a big thing here.
Tell me more.
Apparently, WMAC Masters might be making a comeback.
Don't fuck with me. Don't play with me like that.
Allegedly, there is moves happening behind the scenes where one of the people that worked on the original show is talking to some folks to get that show back. And I'm like,
oh, I don't know, man.
Hey, look, I looked at him like Hawkeye. Don't give me hope. Don't do that.
Oh no, man. Probably got a bunch of lame ass YouTubers to be on it, man. I'm good, man.
Look, I need all the stunt actors to be on that show. I don't need no YouTubers. Give me stunt actors that actually
be stunt actors and martial artists. It's not gonna be though. It ain't gonna be.
I swear to God, don't put the Paul brothers in that shit. That's all I'm asking.
It's gonna be Speed. It's gonna be Speed. It's gonna be who's that little twink boy? What's his name?
It's gonna hurt me if they put fucking Speed in the goddamn that show. I'm gonna look at you like you will this to happen. I hate you.
Look, man. I know where the tea leaves blow, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't ask for this power. I can just see the shape of the universe, and I hate it. I've been left wanting.
Hey, it is what it is. But yeah, you know what? These episodes went by really quick because I actually finished B Fighter Kabuto in like 2.5 days.
Yeah, like it's actually a really good show and it moves at a good pace.
Yes, but like I said, especially that back half, it goes by like boom, 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 boom. It's like, oh shit! Like, how many episodes is this?
About 50 some, right?
Yeah, it's 50 episodes, but it's like that. Like I said, 25 to the end, it just goes at a rapid fire. Like shit happens, boom, 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 boom. It's like, okay, do we get a breath? Do we get a break?
Oh, and Rand was stage 5 digmatized by Julio.
I mean, who isn't stigmatized
I
by
mean,
Julio?
it's the best, man. It's the best.
I mean, it's always the best.
Right. And did you see like what annoyed me though is like when the monster like shapeshifted into her, the bee crusher, and it's like they couldn't tell it wasn't her. I was like, what y'all are some terrible friends, bro. Y'all
Yeah, it was Bezak that did the transformation and shit. It's
right,
like,
like y'all are just awful. Just awful friends, all of you. And then
I
kept
think,
going, well, just give me the thing. Like, what the fuck?
oh man, I will say this though. Talking about the beat crushers real quick. I don't know if you mentioned it. I find it funny that the beat crushers were oblivious to the fact that they got sent on a suicide mission.
I'm telling you, man, Mother Mazar is a
she
dirty
set them up for
bastard, man.
she set them up for
She
failure. She was like, "Oh yeah, I want you to destroy the base." Little did they know it was a one-way trip.
man, man. I knew she was on some bullshit when she created that fucking monster that had the insect canceling waves that was fucking them up. And she did not give a fuck. She was just like, oh, demonstrate your power in the room. And they're like, why only we getting hurt? Oh,
She
it's working then. Okay, cool.
she turned into Willy Wonka whenever the kids get into trouble. Stop. Don't.
Oh no.
Oh no.
What
Whatever
you
will I do?
Mother
Anyways,
Bazaar, you dirty bitch, you fucking absentee mother, you abusive motherfucker.
it's like, anyways, this fried chicken is banging.
Man, what's this? Is some cayenne pepper? What's this? Some little hot honey? Oh, okay, okay.
It's great. Hey, but your kids, fuck them kids.
And
They'll be
fuck
fine.
them kids. They be all right.
I have to make a meme of that. Just put her picture in
That
black and
picture
white
I
and say,
posted,
"Fuck them
that
kids."
fucking that picture I posted the other day of her. Yes, yes. But fuck them kids. No, fuck my kids. It's fuck my
Fuck them.
kids.
Fuck my kids. But mom, don't put mom me.
Did I stutter? Did I
Get,
motherfucking stutter?
get your ass to that base. It's a one-way trip.
Say even Amanda Waller, like, damn, bitch, that's cold.
I mean, I put bombs in their necks, but at least they come back. Fuck.
I say, if I put mom in, but not my own fucking kids, bro. Come on now. God damn.
Oh man, but yeah, definitely if you can check out B Fighter if you are
Recommended.
recommended. If you can't wait for Discotech's eventual release, you can probably holler at me and I can shoot you the link
You mean
for
you can hook them up with your friend who lives in Japan and records
yes,
everything on
yes,
VHS tapes
yes, my friend in Japan, and then when
and Laserdisc. Yeah.
yes, when Discotech does the release and it's in that glorious Blu-ray glory cleaned up, it's gonna be great. But meanwhile, my friend from Japan, we just got to give you the VHS quality.
You'll be all right. You'll
It'll
be
be fine. It's still great. Still nice to look at. The rawness of it. It's kind of surreal though. The time period this came out and then Car Ranger came out. Just how much of like tonally both shows were at
Bro,
this time.
bro, I feel like it's like this is like the gold man. It was on a hot streak for a minute in the 90s, man.
I don't know. It's just I wish we had access to these shows at the same time to really just see where we were at. Because like I said, looking past Power Rangers, and obviously when Turbo came out, they were already doing Mega Ranger at that point and stuff. But just that time period of just everything happening, it's like, wow. Everything Toku was firing on all cylinders at this point. Who knew? Like, because I think didn't Jay come out around this time too? Jay and Zio and all that stuff? Like late 90s?
Yeah, like right around before because Kuga came out in 2000. So yeah, right
Yeah.
around in that range.
Yeah, Shin,
Because
Shin Zio
Black
and Jay.
RX ended in what 89
Yeah,
when
Black
Black
RX
RX
Day,
ended?
yeah, 89, and then I think it was like 96, 95. I think Shin came out, and then Zio and J that came out afterwards. I think. Yeah, it was
Well,
Shin, Zio, and J, or was it was trying to think of the order on that one, but
it was Shin, Shin, Zio, and J.
yeah,
in that order.
Yeah. So we had a time, one of them popped up on Sega Saturn as one of those FMV games.
Zio, that's like one of my holy grails, bro. If I can get a copy.
Yeah, that was that was my first time actually seeing something. I was like, that looks like Kamen Rider, and I didn't know what the fuck it was and stuff. And then watching Mass Rider and seeing them splice that shit. That was my first time when I watched Mass Rider. I was like, hold on, that ain't the same. Something's off here. Bear in mind, I'm a kid. Bro. I'm a kid catching this shit. That's how you know I was like really invested in this. So it's great. You got any final thoughts on B Fighter Kabuto before we head out?
Highly recommended. I think the first show and this show are really good, strong toku. Mm-hmm. If you have an opportunity to watch it, I say watch it. You won't be disappointed, especially not with the first show. Great suit designs, great action. Mm-hmm. Some like I would argue, I can make the case that B Fighter is a really great introductory to toku. Like, why when somebody asks me why do you like this shit, I would go, well, sit down. We're gonna watch this show called B Fighter real quick.
This is a lesson in appreciation for all things toku. So you will watch this.
I think it hits all the things. It has the dark, serious. It has the comedy moments. It has really great stunt work and suit design. Really high concept science fiction. Can't recommend it highly.
Yeah. Kabuto, I would say if you're a person, like for me, I think the appeal for me for Kabuto was because it felt very much like we got to sell toys. So we're going to give you a bunch of, weapons and monsters and all that stuff. That appeals to me a little bit more. But I still think I do agree with you that B Fighter is like the stronger of the two easily. But like Kabuto, I just appreciate it because they were just throwing everything in the kitchen sink. And I kind of like crazy mess like that sometimes in a way. So
that's fair.
Sometimes crazy mess can be very entertaining in a way. So if it's done right, because, sometimes you can have mess that's not great at all. So where do you think we should do next? Because, we did both Metal Heroes.
That is a fantastic question.
What Ultraman have we not done?
Who has our spreadsheet?
Ooh, hold on. Did we do Ultraman Zero Chronicle?
I don't think we have. Wait, you mean isn't that like a clip show? With like some new footage?
Yeah, never mind. So that will be that is it's the whole show. Yeah, Ultraman the Chronicle.
Okay. You want to do that? We can do that.
Yeah. Basically, it's Zero, Dinah, and Cosmos, essentially.
Oh, you mean the movie?
No, it's this one.
I thought that was one of those clip shows they do.
I mean, it's a whole 10-hour. I mean, it's like 10. How many episodes is in this? Hold up. Actually, it'd be easier for me to just look it up and stuff.
I mean, yeah, let's do this shit.
Yeah. Or hold on. Actually, no, back up. Ultraman Blazar.
Okay.
Yeah. Might as well. It's kind of fresh and new. I can kind of rewatch certain episodes and stuff, and we can talk about that because that would be interesting to kind of like talk about that show because I think you had watched it. You had feelings on the show after watching it, and I was like, let me rewatch it and give my actual thoughts when I rewatch it because I think I was riding on the high of just enjoying the show, but I think it was you, Ginga, and a couple others that was like, yeah, it's a little touch and go. So revisit it again.
Okay, all right. We can do Blazar.
Yes. Yeah, we do Blazar and stuff. If folks want to join in on the combo when we do Blazar, you can watch Blazar on YouTube. All the episodes are there.
On the official Ultraman YouTube channel.
Yes, which didn't get copyright strike.
who don't copyright strike themselves.
Oh, Toei.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. So yeah. You thanks folks for joining in on this. Appreciate everybody in the chat that joined in on this. Oh, hold up. Somebody Lucas had brought this up. Card collecting was huge, and not only tokusatsu but anime looking directly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Rockman EX Rockman EX came out. That was like the big thing was the card collecting. Which I'm waiting for Discotech to actually release that show on Blu-ray. Because I actually like that show.
It's a good show.
I'm trying to think, did it get a proper ending?
I don't know. Did it? I think it did.
Bear in mind, I watched NT Warrior, so I don't know if it was like 1-for-1 or if they did.
I don't think it was 1-for-1. I think it was the 4Kids level editing they did on it.
No, I knew it wasn't. That's what I said. I don't think it was 1-for-1 or anything like that. That's why I was like, I knew they did some changes and stuff, but I'm trying to remember. But yeah, look, we're getting more Digimon. I'm curious to see what they do once they get the Data Squad, if they're going to do the new one. Still waiting for them to put out Zoids. That'll be great.
Wasn't that announced?
I don't know. Did Zoids get a? Hold on, real quick. Oh, no, that was 2013. Yeah. Nah, nothing on a Blu-ray release of Zoids or collection. I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I just know 2013 they had like a fucking Blu-ray box set, but it was like Japan only, which is weird in and of itself. They had never got like a release like that, but well, whatever. It is what it is. All right, but anyways, folks, that is it for Morphin Metacast. Oh no, it went. It went right into Star Force. I forgot about that. Yeah, Digimon. Forgot about that.
Mega Man.
Oh yeah, Star Force. Yeah, did I even watch Star Force? I don't think I did.
Wasn't that just like a 2-episode OVA? Was that a whole show? Was that a whole show?
I'm trying to hold up.
That was with Omegasis, right?
Yes. Yeah, it got like, I know it was a video game. Oh, there it is. Mega Man Star Force TV series. Yeah, it went into Star Force in 76 episodes. Holy shit. 76 goddamn episodes. Fuck.
Okay, Japan, I see you.
Hey, they Jesus, 76. I swear to you. That's why I was like, I lost track of Mega Man on that show when it did that. That's how much I kind of just forgot. I think maybe just because of how everything went. Yeah. Oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, because Mega Man NT Warrior and then NT Warrior Access, NT Warrior Stream, Beast Plus, and then Star Warrior. Shit. It's a lot of shows.
Right.
Yeah. So. But anyways, folks, that is it for Morphin Metacast. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're watching this on YouTube or you happen to watch this on YouTube, leave a comment below, thoughts on B Fighter or just anything Toku related at all, and we'll definitely read it on the next episode. Funny enough, I appreciate everybody's feedback on our 2 episodes where we kind of vented about Hasbro. Still getting a lot of people trickling in on us ranting about that, which, hey, look, I'm glad we were able to kind of get a catharticism out of that.
Let's let it out.
Yeah, and appreciate everybody's feedback on the B Fighter episode. So that was great. So it's kind of funny because, like I said, B Fighter and B Fighter Kabuto, those are 2 shows that, like, if you try to go on YouTube to search for it, there is like you'd be hard pressed to find anything with it other than like a short clip and maybe a trailer, and that's it.
Them Toei snipers are going working overtime, bro.
Yeah, a lot of it is like holdovers from like back in the day on like old school YouTube, when it first dropped, so but in any event, we will catch you guys later. Peace out.
Auf Wiedersehen, Dudes.